Good morning, you beauties. It's a midweek on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's hump day, and we're on the downhill now. And it means only one thing. It is the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ching!
And joining us in the kitchen is the greatest. We cannot wait to welcome her in, especially these boys. I just know it already. Jenny Morris is in the building.
She's our mama.
Today, she is our mama. We're focusing on stone fruit. Have you heard of such a thing?
Yes. I have. In my many, many moons, I've heard of such a fruit.
If you asked me that last week, I'd be like, what is that? Is that like stony stuff? Like, I don't know. But I got the first-hand opportunity to go all the way to like an incredible place this close to Ceres and see exactly what stone fruit's all about.
Is this the place?
Guys,
That took your breath away,
I was blown away. Apart from the fact that it was 40-degree heat,
right.
Seeing these people working in crazy conditions, it made me appreciate where our food comes from. And I think today, that's what we're going to dive into. The fact that this food is coming from such a beautiful place and it's coming straight to your plate with incredible recipes.
So what are we going to make this morning?
What's on the list?
How about we start with some grilled nectarine and burrata salad on a plate.
Do we
the
have to
combination
say it like that
you
when we
do.
introduce it?
Burrata.
Love it.
And then there's a stir-fried pork, nectarine, and noodles.
Get out.
A bit of an Asian-inspired dish.
Never.
And then we have to end off with a bang, lamb chops topped with nectarine salsa.
Wow.
Have you figured out what the stone fruit is? yet?
Yeah, bro.
We know
Maybe the
at
lamb.
least one of them.
We
It
should
is
do
a nectarine.
stone fruit every day. If this is what the menu's going to be like, I'm here for
Can
this.
you use it with a slurry, though? We'll find out. Don't worry, but you have to be there. You have to be there. So hopefully you guys understand that this is a two-way flow. We want you guys to talk to us as well. So we're going to start a conversation with you right now, in fact. And you can join us online and tell us this. What's the one thing you do in your daily life, big or small, that makes you feel like a winner?
Oh, man.
Other than winning, because that's something that you do occasionally.
I thought about this quite hard, and I thought, look, there's so many cliches like get up and move, make your bed, say something positive about yourself. But genuinely, what I think makes such a big difference is practicing gratitude. If you can wake up every morning and think about what you are grateful for, already you'll be one step ahead of the game. Already you'll be eliminating the negativity in your life and focusing on what matters to you. And that's a lot of the positive, a lot of the blessings you have, and a lot of what we can and should be grateful for. Spend time on that, man, and you'll level up beyond anything.
Can I join your team?
Yeah,
today?
let's go, bro.
Your team is
We
winning
got this.
today. I love that. You're going to be like that. He's going to be like that the whole show.
3
today.
hours of it,
3
baby.
hours. So you can start that exercise in gratitude right now, and you can start sending us those notes. Whatever makes you feel like the boss this morning. 063-408-8863, and you can hit us up online at Expresso. Show us the handle to use. Use us as a hashtag. Use us any way you need this morning. Even a shoulder to lean on, to cry on. We are here for you. And speaking of crying on shoulders, I think we've got to get through those news headlines, and I'll get into the sport.
Thank you, Jens. 3 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's get into your national headlines first, where National Student Financial Aid Scheme, or NSFAS, spokesperson Ismail Manisi has confirmed that NSFAS is urgently processing outstanding payments related to student registration and housing. Now, Manisi reassured students that all housing providers have been informed not to suspend services while the payments are being processed. He explained that a notice was sent to service providers on January the 31st, instructing them to allow students receiving NSFAS funding to register and secure accommodation, even if their payments had not been finalized yet. In other national news, the Cape Winelands District Municipality reported 2 new fires yesterday afternoon at Tilbach and Beyenskloof, following an earlier fire between Worcester and Worsley. Spokesperson Joanne Otto confirmed that the first of 3 fires along the R43 between Worcester and Worsley has been brought under control. Now, fire crews managed flare-ups and continued monitoring and clearing tasks overnight, while helicopters will be redeployed today to assist with extinguishing efforts. Motorists are advised to drive with caution due to thick smoke near the affected areas. Now, looking at your international news making headlines, the Commonwealth has called for the release of Ugandan opposition leader Kizza Besigye, citing his detention as a violation of democracy and human rights. President Yoweri Museveni dismissed concerns about Besigye's health, claiming his hunger strike was a form of blackmail for bail. Besigye, a longtime critic of Museveni, is facing military court charges, including illegal firearm possession, and has been incarcerated for nearly 3 months. Commonwealth Secretary-General Patricia Scotland condemned the actions, emphasising the group's commitment to democratic principles. Meanwhile, investigators are working to determine the cause of a Delta Airlines plane crash landing at Toronto's Pearson Airport on Monday, an incident that left all 80 people on board unharmed. The aircraft skidded along the runway with flames visible before flipping upside down. Now, 21 people were injured, though none sustained life-threatening injuries. Passengers, some of whom were hanging upside down, were assisted by flight attendants and emergency responders before being evacuated. Airport CEO Deborah Flint stressed that it was too early to speculate on the cause of the accident. And to close off your first bit of news for this Wednesday morning, South Africans embraced the holiday spirit, with 54% of surveyed travellers exploring the country in December. Now, the Western Cape led the way, boasting 8 of the top 15 destinations, with Cape Town reigning supreme. The Garden Route dominated, filling almost all of the top 10 spots. Mossel Bay and Grootbrakrivier topped the list alongside favourites like Plettenberg Bay and Stilbaai. Mossel Bay alone welcomed 1.2 million visitors, drawn by sunny skies and the UNESCO-listed Pinnacle Point. A busier than expected season boosted local economies and also attracted international tourists. Now, from golden beaches to scenic retreats, South Africans revelled in a truly spectacular summer holiday. And we're holding on to summer for as long as we possibly can. That is where we leave your 6 o'clock news. Let's see what's happening in the latest with your sports.
Champions League in firm focus. So let's start with football. And Feyenoord have advanced to the Champions League last 16. That was after a 1-1 draw against a 10-man AC Milan at the San Siro last night, sealing that 2-1 aggregate victory. Julian Carranza's 73rd minute header proving decisive after Santiago Jimenez had given the Milan the early lead. So the Dutch side will now face either Inter Milan or Arsenal in the next round. Tough draw. Then we stay with football, but with a local connection. Kaizer Chiefs suffered a heavy 4-1 defeat to SuperSport United in their Betway Premiership encounter at the FNB Stadium yesterday. Former Chiefs forwards Samir Nurkovic and Christian Sale played key roles in dismantling their old side as well, executing Gavin Hunt's tactics with precision. So Chiefs now sit 6th on the table with 25 points. SuperSport still down in 12th with 20 points, but they would have loved that result. Now let's turn to rugby, and Ireland will revisit the site of their historic first win over New Zealand when they take on the All Blacks at Soldier Field in Chicago on the 1st of November. That's as part of their 2025 November International Series. So the Springboks will meet France, Italy and Wales, while England will face Australia, Fiji and Argentina in what looks like a jam-packed and very exciting schedule. Now let's go on to tennis. And Novak Djokovic's return to action ended, well, rather abruptly with a 7-6. That was 7-4 in the tiebreak, 6-2 loss to Matteo Berrettini in the Qatar Open second round. Playing his first match since his Australian Open semi-final injury, the third seed struggled against the Italian, it must be said, who claimed his first career win over Djokovic and his first top 10 victory since 2023. So a lot in it, but I have a feeling Djokovic will be okay. That's where we leave our sporting highlights for now. We'll touch on them again at around 7 o'clock. Let's see what the weather has in store for the brand new day.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, let's dive into the world of weather right now. And the SA Weather Service reports that weather conditions today will remain largely unchanged, with disruptive rain continuing to affect much of South Africa. Now, Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Cape, the Free State, the Northwest and Mpumalanga are under either an orange level 5 or yellow level 2 alert, and that's for heavy rain and flooding risks. Now, this may lead to flooding of roads, bridges and settlements, property damage, infrastructure disruptions and potential threats to life. Now, authorities have urged residents to remain vigilant, and additionally, a yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds is in effect along the coast from Cape St. Francis all the way to Gansbaai. Now, while I love this part of the morning, it's our sunrise view of the hour, and already I'm smiling before even seeing this picture sent in by Arusha, all the way from Centurion. And look at this, a very abstract shot of the clouds, giving us a different perspective here. But I'm here for it, I love it. You can see the gradient of the sun just peeking through and transferring its glow into the sky, with the clouds just adding the drama and I absolutely love it. Something different and something that we always appreciate, and that's the sunrise view, which we'll do again in the next hour. So come through and share it with us. Use the number 063 408 8863, and we can put more smiles on everyone's dials out here in the studio and the country. For now, though, let's see what temperatures you can expect on your side of town. Guys, I am grateful. The wind has been killing me in Cape Town. I need that heat. Thank you.
You're the only person in the country who's just said that word. You're the only...
Is it just me? Okay.
No, I gotta love, this is how snooty Cape Townians are. Everyone would normally have a snarky comment about Uppington at 35, and then as soon as we see Cape Town hitting the 30s, like, no jokes.
Say sorry.
Please, no
Apologies.
jokes. No, we're gonna do our best to keep you indoors. It is Stone Fruit Day on the Culinary hotline. Jenny Morris, our mama, is here to take us through 3 very different desserts using nectarine as
I
our
like
chosen
that.
stone fruit for the day.
We also have a wonderful artist in studio, familiar face around these parts. I cannot wait to just talk a little bit more about the man behind the music. St. Clair's in the building, and we're going to find out a bit more about the man behind the glasses too.
Yeah.
We'll have all of that straight after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Good morning and welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is so good to spend your Wednesday morning with you. Now we've got to get into some entertainment, all right, just to wake you up a little bit. I want to introduce you to somebody with a career spanning over 2 decades. St. Clair has solidified his reputation as a gifted artist, working with legendary musicians, the likes of Mendoza, Brenda Fassie,
Ew.
Double HP.
Hey now.
Come on, Jabba. His entertainment career is a testament of his versatility, having released a brand new track now called Love Wins. Let's take a listen before we get into this.
Just know you got me hot. All I ask is that you love me long. It was real from the start. I just wanna thank you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. Yeah. I just wanna show you I appreciate you. With the sunshine on the winner, yeah. You feel like a winner, yeah. I just wanna thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
like
put your hands
it.
together for our superstar of the day. Yes, please. St. Clair. Pew,
Thanks for
pew.
having me. Thanks for having me.
How you doing, brother?
I like this vibes, and it's like a comfy. I feel like
Yeah, you look good. You look good.
and
You're
I
like
can-
on your
I-
throne.
I can see myself there as well.
You fit right in,
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Dude, it's so good to have you again. Your career, like we just spoke about, it's been illustrious. It's been beautiful.
I love that word.
It
Illustrious.
is, man, and it's something to celebrate. But how have you kept that drive? How have you kept the passion alive? How do you stay looking this good, man?
Come on. Tell us
Gym,
your
bro.
secrets.
It's like you know.
We're moving. I love
you
that.
gotta stay in the gym.
Investing in the vessel.
But I think, you know, firstly, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor being here. This is like 13 months we had to do this.
Sure.
So I think like the best way I can describe it, you know, coming from stunts, coming from Afro Z, coming from all of this stuff, I'm just really truly grateful that God has blessed me and still with the body, you know.
Yeah, man.
And the man's still moving. Yes, please.
We're also grateful
Thank you.
because we still
Thank
get blessed with the music. We still
Thank you
get
so
to
much.
enjoy the entertainment you bring. Now, of course, we heard one of your latest singles called Love Wins.
Love Wins,
It almost feels appropriate now that it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You got to encourage the love just a little bit. Can you tell me more about the track, what inspired it?
Wow, it's such an emotional track because it actually depicts my relationship with my ex that passed away.
Sure.
So I think it was a perfect time for me to release this and kind of, you know, give a memorial to her.
Yeah.
And what a perfect time, you know, Valentine's Day to kind of show that. Because Love Wins comes from the actual mixtape that I released called Love versus Lust,
Yeah.
which makes sense, you know, and at the end of the day, love wins, you know.
Love wins every
Love
time.
does win, man, and especially love when it comes in the form of passion,
Yeah.
hard work, and a continuous drive, which you've executed for so many years, especially when we talk about the collaborations, man. These are big players here, Mendoza, Brenda Fassie,
Yeah.
etc. Bro, these are huge collaborations. In my opinion, this definitely has an impact on your career, right?
Yeah.
I feel like every moment can shape you, creates a puzzle piece, you put it together, you build this beautiful picture.
Yeah.
For you, though, how have those collaborations impacted your career from a personal perspective?
You know, I mean, starting with Afro Z, back with Afro Z already, and thanks for that, you know, performing with all these guys. Like, if I think about Brenda Fassie,
Yeah.
wow, what a
Yo.
legend. She loved our group, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just formed me so much to perform with greats like Giants because the tribes of on you, you know what I mean? And you can just kind of drink from that fountain, basically. So, yeah, definitely.
And what's great is now the new cats are looking at you going, let me drink from your fountain, man.
Wow.
Let me actually be inspired by the
Wow.
guys that came before me, which
I
is so
love that.
fantastic. Are there any new guys that you're looking out for that you're like, maybe a collab is on the books?
You know what? It's sadly enough, the guys that I look up to is all passed away. Sadly. I mean, there is great guys, it's out there. But if I look at like Ricky Rick, aka
Right.
I had the privilege actually to perform with Costa Teach. We did a school arts basic challenge that we did about a couple of years ago. So, you know, the fact that these guys are gone, these are guys that I look up to. They
Yeah.
did some great things in the music. So, unfortunately, that collaboration won't happen. But
Yeah.
they
That's
still guys that I kind of draw from.
And I think that's a sentiment to maybe look at from a more poignant point, because essentially what we're saying here is that the baton is changing. People are now going to knock on your door asking you for those collaborations
Yeah.
that was once happening
Wow.
in your young career.
Yeah.
So maybe the inspiration comes from a different front for you, because you're not just one-dimensional, man. Obviously, we're speaking about the looks, the vessels there, the talents there.
Thank you.
Man's also involved in a little bit of acting as well, man. Dabbling in the acting career too. That's also something that's been moving.
Yeah, definitely.
Any inspirations there? Anything that we might see you in the years to come in terms of putting it out there, making things materialize?
You know what? What an awesome like span and journey that has been as well, because I actually dwelled down that rabbit hole completely,
Yeah.
going into action, you know,
Sure.
action movies. And there was like, for the last 11 years, while I was actually getting a lot of lead roles, I've actually been doing a lot of stunts,
Yeah.
which is an amazing thing.
Incredible.
Because I always said to myself, like, you're going to be an actor that can do your own stunts.
Come on.
And now I'm actually going into, I kind of have the moniker over my head, like creative director, taking everything that I've learned over the years as a producer, music producer, and now as well a film producer,
Sure.
and putting it together, because I believe in the film industry. I think there's so much, we're in the golden era
Yep.
of film, you know. I think there's so many great podcasts and stuff that's coming up. So I definitely want to delve into that and pour into that. So people's going to see more of me producing. I've got Ancient Mass Media, which is my media company. I'm focusing a lot on producing like poignant. I love that word.
Yeah, man.
Poignant things, you know, that kind of depict our culture, because there's a lot of stories that we got to tell. So yeah, definitely.
Love that, man. If you need any actors,
excited.
listen.
I'm here.
We out here. We're available.
This is our audition.
You guys look fresh, so definitely.
Come on. Can you imagine us
listen,
sharing this
you got the energy, you got the positivity. That's
you
the key, you
go.
know what I mean?
It's half the job done at the end
That
of the
is the
day.
key. That's the
I love
key.
it. I think what's quite apparent is that impossible is nothing to you. Anything you put your mind to, you go
Definitely.
for it, and you absolutely succeed in it. And we can't wait to see some performances from you
Definitely.
later.
You know,
Yeah,
it's all
what can
about
we
God's
expect?
grace, all about God's grace.
Yeah, that's exciting. Well, we'll get into it in just a little bit. For now, we've got to delve into a little bit of G-Man standing on the other side.
And the joy is being live TV. We always have to do our own stunts. So we are there, man. We are there for you. I love it. Well, if that's got your, let's call it creative fountain firing on all cylinders, well, maybe this is what you need to unlock your potential. Match your 6 lucky numbers and play Lotto, Lotto plus 1 and Lotto plus 2 for a 14 million rand jackpot estimated this Wednesday. So please don't miss out. Go and play Lotto for that estimated 5 million, then Lotto plus 1 for another 5 million, Lotto plus 2 for 4 million rand today. And you can do it by buying your tickets in store. You can go online, nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app. You can use cell phone banking, or you can simply dial *120 *7529 hash for the USSD. However you do it, just do it. And we'll keep those deets up on the Expresso social media pages. So you can go check them out while you check out all the other amazing content that our amazing media team put together. And then just make sure that you put yourself in the running to win. And of course, play Lotto, Lotto plus 1 and Lotto plus 2 for that 14 million rand in total estimated jackpots today.
I love that. I'm just kind of imagining all the stone fruit that I could buy with all that money. Plenty of nectarines. And we'll be delving into that in our first installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Yes, Jenny Morris is in the building, and we can't wait to see the first bit of what she's going to get into. A burrata salad. It's going to be absolutely delicious with that nectarine. And then also explore how Ryle got to know the seasonal fruit just a little bit better. It's all about that stone fruit, baby, right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Only you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, just look at it. Okay, look at him for a moment, standing
Oh,
next
me,
to
bro.
it. Look at it. So you take this for granted. You see this on a table, on your own table, maybe in a
Absolutely,
shop,
yeah.
and you think, it's just picked from a tree, put in a truck and brought here. Not
Bro,
so.
little do we know, man, that South Africa is actually the home to some of the world's largest stone fruit suppliers.
Wow.
So, with the stone fruit season in full swing, I took a trip to Verdun, and it's a leading nectarine and peach supplier based in Prince Alfred Hamlet, a beautiful space. But whoa, come check out the fruits, man.
Did he do a TV bite?
Oh,
With
check
the
it, check it,
juice
check it.
dripping down.
Today,
I'm out here at the Verdun family estate. Now, this is an incredible place where they have been thriving since 1918 and are already in their 4th generation. So today, I'm going to invite you to an incredible world where we discover nectarines and peaches and the incredible expertise and dedication that goes into bringing these incredible fruits right onto our table. Let's go. Georgie, the Verdun estate is a family business, but I want to know more about the history of this place and how things have evolved over the years.
So my family's been farming on Verdun since 1918, and the oldest records we have of stone fruit exports from this farm are from 1924, which is quite special. It's like a big, thick, old leather book with my great-grandmother's writing in it. It used to be a mixed farming business, but since the 1980s, we've really focused ourselves on stone fruit and particularly nectarines, which is our biggest commodity.
Peter, this area that we're in, does it lend to this being a prime area to kind of produce stone fruit?
It does. We're in the Boland area in the Western Cape, which is a Mediterranean climate. So what that means is that we have cold, wet winters. We need good quality water to be able to produce peach and nectarine. And then we need hot, dry summers. So the hotter and drier your summer is, the better quality stone fruit. We're in a pretty hot, dry summer this year, so the quality of our fruit's actually exceptional at the moment.
How do I tell between a peach and a nectarine?
Well, outside of the fact that a peach has hair and a nectarine doesn't. I think traditionally peaches were like very melting flesh and used a lot in baking of pies and dishes like that, where nectarines were more for fresh consumption. That's changed quite a bit in the last few years with lots of different genetics coming through. But nectarines are a bit more crispy, juicy, and really nice for eating, and you don't have the hair, but some people just still love the taste of a peach.
The nectarine we have here is a white flesh, snow pearl, and we grow 2 different kinds. We grow white flesh varieties and we grow yellow flesh varieties. White flesh varieties normally are sweet, they have a very high sugar, but they don't really have a complexity of flavor. It's normally just sugar and sort of a sweet, fresh taste.
There's a little bit of a crispiness to it as well.
White flesh tends to be more crispy. What we have here is a yellow flesh nectarine. The variety is called Honey Delight. What's happening in the genetics on the yellow flesh at the moment, and we think it's the future in terms of yellow flesh nectarines, is more tropical flavors. So high sugars, mango-y, that sort of taste is what you get in the new yellow flesh that we're growing at the moment.
Definitely getting more of that flavor, not just the sweetness in it. But again, it's still fresh. Wow, delicious.
Apart from supplying our local markets with delicious stone fruit, South Africa also exports a portion of this to overseas markets. Now, this is significantly impacting our local economy and providing great job opportunities.
The stone fruit industry produces too much volume for the local market to absorb. So we actually export majority of our production. For peaches, our biggest exporting region is the UK as well as the Middle East. And then for plums and nectarines, it's basically the UK as well as the European Union. So it's very important that the cold chain is maintained throughout the supply chain. We monitor the temperatures quite regularly, especially when it's on the container, just to ensure that the best fruit arrives at the final destination.
Let's talk about sustainability. How exactly are you taking steps to make that happen?
We have a few different facets in our business. Water is one of our big focus points at the moment. Because water is a scarce resource in South Africa, in agriculture we have a responsibility to use the resource responsibly. Our other main focus point in the next couple of years will be soil health. And the reason for that being is if you have a good soil health with good microbial activity around your roots, it actually brings a healthy plant. And so if your plant's healthy, it has a better immune system, and you need less intervention in terms of pest control and things like that. It's a better product. And then I think we have a young bunch of energetic managers. They bring a big part of the sustainability to our business, and also all the staff that pick the fruit and understand what they're actually doing bring a big factor to the success of our business.
Now, with my newfound appreciation for the world of stone fruit, I'm excited to meet up with Chef Jenny Morris as she brings out all their flavors in a mouth-watering recipe. Well, what is on the menu today? I know you always got something incredible up your sleeve. What's happening?
My army. I have salmon, which is this beautiful Norwegian salmon.
Ooh.
We've got some lovely white and yellow nectarines. I've got some spinach, spring onions, edamames, fresh mint, some lovely fresh basil, coriander, and I've got a lovely Asian dressing. And we're just going to literally layer this, and you're going to love it.
I'm pretty sure I am, because I've just heard all about these nectarines. The stone fruit here is incredible. Where are we starting with this?
We're going to start with the base of the spinach, and this is really, it's just higgledy-piggledy, and it's wild.
I like this. This is what the version of what I call rustic. You just kind of
very
make it happen, be in the moment.
Yes, we are. We are in the moment, my love.
You know, you've been like my favorite peach for pretty much ever. But after I've been out here at the estate, I gotta say, you got some competition. You really do.
I can do things that peach can't do for you.
But talk to me about why you love working with stone fruits, and especially when it comes to the flavors, the nuances. How does it bring out the meal, essentially?
It's an ingredient. You know, we grew up eating it as a jam or maybe a dessert, but it really is an ingredient, and it's luscious and it's juicy and it's healthy. And you can use it with chicken, with beef, with lamb, with pork, anything. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And I mean, me having to throw the athlete mantra into this,
Oh, yes.
I really think it's ticking that nutritional box. It's giving you
Totally.
good fuel.
Yes.
It's giving you the good kind of macros that allows you to have the energy to just capitalize on the day. So when you put it in a setting like this, I'm ready to take on anything that comes my way.
You could take this on a picnic. Now, what I love about the nectarines, it's its own lunchbox. You just take it with, slice it, and you can build this at a picnic, as long as you keep the salmon nice and cool.
So the cherry on the top, it looks like the dressing. What exactly did you put in here?
This is really delicious because all you have in here is a bit of Japanese mayonnaise.
Ooh.
And you've got some soy sauce and some sesame oil and garlic and ginger. You could actually, this would dress with anything. You could even put pesto on this.
I think it just shows you how much of a highlight a stone fruit can be in almost any creation that you bring forth. Lovely stuff. Ah, and Lucas just arrived. Perfect timing.
That's in time for lunch.
Just for you guys. Want to just grab a fork there? There we go. Voila. What sort of plans do you have for the future when it comes to the Verdun estate?
We've grown a lot in the last couple of years, so we've been in a growth phase. I think the next 4 or 5 years we'll be consolidating our business, and we see the future being in tech and systems and things like that to make us more productive.
I think also within genetics, there's more areas within South Africa that can now grow the lower chill variety. So I think that will continue. So while there's still market and while there's still people wanting to eat this wonderful fruit, yes, I think it will continue growing.
And you'll continue to give the people what they want.
Fantastic, yes.
What an incredible journey we've had here today. And for the Verdun estate, here's hoping that you continue to thrive from generation to generation and keep providing us with optimal tasting fruit. And a reminder to you to go out there and support local. Get your hands on this delicious tasting stone fruit, and you can find it at your local market or retailer. Enjoy.
Oh, it's still to come, my
We're
friend.
saving that for later in the show.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We'll
we
save that for the
later.
live. But kudos. I'm just looking at the workforce in that what
Yeah.
must have been 40 plus.
Literally 40-degree heat. The lads are in full overalls doing so much work to get these stone fruits onto our plate. And
It's hand. It's
yeah,
human.
that was
Yeah.
the start of my appreciation journey for these incredible fruits and what it actually means to us. We see it on the plate and we don't truly get to appreciate it, but seeing this journey, it just shows you how much of an impact our demand places on these workers, on these
sure.
jobs, and this incredible opportunity here.
My kids are going to have it tough today, but you're not leaving a bite. You're going to eat it all. Please support local farmers. Enjoy the taste of beautiful, fresh, delicious stone fruits. And if you want to get your hands on these delicious stone fruit recipes that we're going to be doing throughout the show, you can head to expressoshow.com. And in fact, you can cook along right now.
Yum!
And what's happening right now is that Jenny Morris is in the kitchen for the first installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ding, ding. Okay. Even Jenny got involved in that one. I absolutely love it. Well, we're going to get into the first recipe out of 3. We've got a starter with a salad, and then we move on to some pork chops and then some lamb chops. The meat is coming our way, but for now, I'm so excited to get into this with our renowned chef and food personality, Jenny. Jenny, I see you working hard over there with sugar, which I didn't anticipate was going to be part of this dish. So what exactly are we getting into today?
Okay, so we're going to make some.
We
Are going to make some lovely caramelized nuts. You get the nuts in there and you stir, darling.
Okay, I
You
get
stir,
all of them
stir.
in.
All of them in. And you just keep stirring. In the meantime, what I've done is I've taken some of these beautiful stone fruits, nectarines.
Okay.
And I'm going to just really, literally just whack them onto a very hot griddle because I want to get some color.
Okay, and the lines on them, right?
You want the lines. And the thing is, you don't want to overcook them.
Yeah.
These are nice and firm, so they can take a little bit of time on the stove.
So is it better to use the firmer nectarines when doing this?
Any kind of stone fruit, if you're going to grill it.
Yeah.
I've often seen people do it outside on the fire, you know.
Oh.
So you don't want them collapsing, even though I don't mind if they collapse, because when that heat gets to those fruities, baby.
The juice of it really just comes out.
Absolutely.
Now, could you use other nuts instead of pecans, or why did you choose?
I love pecan. Pecan, you know, the beauty about a nectarine, it loves any nut. It loves me. But you can use any nut. Almonds are really nice because actually, I don't know if you've ever eaten the seed of a peach or a kid. Well, I believe you're not supposed to, but they taste like almonds.
Oh, wow. Could you bite into it? Could you
geez. We used to break them open and just...
That's crazy.
try
I love that you don't leave anything uneaten.
No.
The whole fruit goes in.
Absolutely.
Well, this smells so good at the
Isn't
moment.
it lovely? I have made some up front. But the important thing here is to just let that sugar and the butter start to caramelize.
Lovely.
And then we're going to pop a little bit of salt. You can turn it up. It's very important to keep watching it.
In case it burns.
In case it burns. Because once it burns, it's too late.
Yeah, too late to apologize.
Too late to cry. So I'm going to just grab this lot out. And you can give me this. Yes, I can use that.
Oh, look at those lines.
Lovely, huh? Look at that.
Wow.
And there's such a natural caramelization that happens here because of the natural sugars.
Beautiful. So other stone fruit include, I'm going to go for it, peaches,
Plums.
plums.
Oh, yes.
These are nectarines.
These are nectarines.
How about a lychee?
A lychee is definitely not a stone fruit, but if I was asked what fruit I'd like to come back to earth as, I'd be a lychee, and I won't tell you why.
Tell me why.
This is a breakfast show.
I want to know, Jenny. Okay, we'll leave it at that. It is delicious, though, so I definitely see that for you.
Okay, so we have these lovely summer flavors. I've got this gorgeous. Just look at that. It's lovely fresh basil.
Yes, these are my favorite kind of
rocket.
leaves. Rockets, the
So healthy.
pepperiness.
Yes, pepperiness. You see, you're getting the drift here, my gal.
I love a salad.
Yeah, me too.
I was at a place on Clair Street this past week, and they had a stone fruit salad, and I was like, stone fruit? And this kind of introduced me to the concept of adding nectarines, or maybe it was peaches, into a salad.
You know what? They are so versatile. You can add them to anything. Now, what I'm doing here is just letting it just gather, because this, darling, is a burrata.
This is what we're into.
Yeah, she's the one.
Okay, these are?
These are little baby ones.
Okay.
Which they're for you, the big ones for me.
Yeah, I don't think I can handle the big one. Okay.
Really? And I love to look at this. I just love to tear it open. And I'm going to also just take a couple of fresh ones.
Yeah.
So that we have this. Yeah, you're going to pop that off.
How can you tell the difference between the different stone fruit? Is it just kind of like the taste, or?
Well, they're all different.
Yeah.
It's like it's like having a banana and an apple. Having a peach.
Sometimes
and a
I stand there and I
nectarine.
don't know what is what. A peach. This is a nectarine.
Yes, that's a nectarine.
Okay.
And there's the peach. There's that beautiful.
Oh, it's got the furry on it.
Yes, it's got the furry on it.
Yeah.
And now what I want to do is a little bit of chili.
Nice.
A little bit of chili. There's the nuts.
Yes.
Pass Mama the nuts.
I'll pass you the nuts.
And we're going to just give them a quick little rough chop, although, you know, I like big.
Yeah. You might as well just go,
Yeah,
go
you hang on
into
to
it.
that.
Yeah, thank you. Can I try one?
Of course you can. Look here, we're going to just Let them be all sticky all over. Look at that. They're nice and sticky, sticky, sticky. And then I will just
Sticky
chop
nuts,
a few
yum.
of the other little ones and some olive oil. Have a look at that. Just
Is it chili on here or is it from the chili on your fingers? Because something's spicy here. It's really nice.
And then I'm going to just take another little drop of that. I'm going to feed you. So wait for it. They're impatient.
That was a
these
drum roll
children.
for you, just to say you're doing good.
Ba, 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 ba. Here comes my kolchat perski. And there we go, darling. And just a few more of these little babies.
More is more,
Yes,
Jenny.
More is more, darling. Look at this and this. We might even give our floor manager a little bite. if
Can I
he's
ask
nice
you,
to us.
is this for one or do I have to share?
It's for us.
It's for us, just the two of us. Okay, let's try it out.
Yes.
There's a spoon here. There's a spoon there.
Oh, there's a spoon.
How does one even start?
Do you know what? I would use my fingers.
Oh, use your fingers. Show me the way. Show me the way.
You just tear it.
Okay.
Tear it.
And then add a little bit of everything.
And you grab
Little
it, and you
nuts,
grab a little one
little
of these.
everything, little basil.
This brings me back to that farm where everything was just so delicious and lush and tasty.
And fresh. 10 out of 10. This is my kind of meal. 25 out of 10. ExpressoShow.com is where you get this, and you want to get this. It is so good, Jenny, please. That was the first installment of our Culinary Hotline Bling. 2 more coming your way as we continue eating this.
Ding, ding.
Let me try the peach.
It's good, huh?
Wow. That looks good, actually. That, I don't mean to sound surprised. That looks amazing.
And it's just the start. My word, I'm telling you, stone fruit is literally going to elevate every meal that you can think of, especially if you head over to expressoshow.com because, we got inspiration there waiting for you.
Yeah, we're going to take an Asian turn next, but more immediately after the break, we're going to introduce you to Tom Dawson Squibb. You might have met him before if you travel in those circles. Human Ball is his new offering to the world. Some incredible lessons learned, I suppose, with sport being the inspiration, the amazing sports stars that we love to kind of inspire us, but there are life lessons in between, things that happen on the field of play when you unlock that kind of potential. I cannot wait to plug into this man's brain. It's not just a rugby brain, it's a life brain, and he's here for us this morning.
I'm telling you, it's sage advice that you can use probably anywhere in your real world life, and it's something that you definitely want to educate yourself on. And speaking of, we're going to educate your body on how to move with Tamisha. She's coming through with a Tabata, and I'm telling you, it's going to be high intensity on another level. So get ready to move and get ready to have your mind absolutely explode.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. I think you can see how excited we are this morning. Unbelievable lineup, and this particular guest is a big part of that excitement. We are joined by Tom Dawson-Squibb, a very renowned performance coach and author of The Brilliant Human Ball, with insights from rugby as head coach of the University of Cape Town's Ike Tigers rugby team and well beyond. He explores how joy, how meaning and connection create winning teams, unlocking potential, driving success and shaping leaders in sports, in business, and I think most importantly, in life. Thank you so much for joining us. Can we give the man a big round of applause? I know, I wish we had a studio audience. I'm sorry, buddy. That's, thank you to the cameramen and to Ryle and Lorenzo, because this warrants an applause. You've written a whole book, my friend. For me, the most terrifying prospect on the planet. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Why? Why do this book? I would imagine you've had so many moments in your career where you're like, wow, this is a big moment. This is amazing human being. This is a life lesson. But why now in this book?
Yeah, it's funny. So many people write books about success stories. And I coached UCT for 5 years. We made 3 finals, 1 semi-final, and I've got no gold medals to show. And I felt like it was such a powerful story for everyone involved. It had such meaning. It had such an emotional it has such an emotional connection with me and with the people involved that, like, if you let that story go and disappear into the ether, it won't get shared to other people. So we thought, let's put it together. And as you said, it's a terrifying prospect. And I was very lucky to work with Nick Rossley, who co-authored it with me. So I got the opportunity to share lots of stories and have my brain picked inside out. As Nick says, he's been inside my brain for 7 months, and he had the opportunity to put it into words.
It must be amazing seeing the body of work come out after you've collaborated on that kind of deep level, which in itself must be amazing. Was there a tipping point? Was there a particular team, a player, a moment in your own life and career where these sort of lessons started to come to bear to prompt this? Because you must be hopefully applying this because you've achieved some incredible successes.
Yeah.
Was there a tipping point that made it impossible for you not to put this out there?
Yeah, I mean, if I go back, without belaboring the story, I've always been a fan of the sort of idea of collective euphoria.
Yeah.
I love the idea of people coming together, going on a mission, achieving something, and having a story to tell when you're on your stoop at 70 years old. Like, we all need a story to tell. And as this went through, and I realized, hang on, this journey has been really significant in my life, and I've seen people change within our environment, whether it's, I talk about Lutando Waji. He comes from this... he comes from the Eastern Cape, went to Wynberg Boys High School, became our captain. You listen to him speak, you get goosebumps.
Yeah.
You watch him play, you get goosebumps. So that's just one story I talk about in the book. And so I thought to myself, if I want to help people create their own remarkable stories, I need to share my own story.
For sure.
But this isn't a Tom Dawson-Squibb biography, thank goodness, because that would be very boring.
That's book 2, man. Wait, it's coming. I absolutely love that. And something that you said a moment ago has hit me, because you didn't come first doesn't make the story less magical, doesn't make you less invested in the process, doesn't make that experience more powerful. And these are life lessons that we just miss. We don't have the opportunity. So for that to be laid down in a manual almost, I love that. Yeah. So let's talk turkey. What is that thing when we get into the magic in the water? What have you been able to discern makes those connections, creates those good leaders? Give us a little taste of and I know I'm asking you to distill an entire book here, but what is that magic?
You know, we had 3 values, and so many people have values. Or you go to companies and they got values, but you ask them, so what are your company values? And they're not quite sure.
Yeah, they don't live it.
So we had compete always. So my feeling was people actually want to give up their time because they want to win. They want to compete, they want to get better. The second one was relationships matter. Mm-hmm. People want to be part of something where they can connect. And we know that human beings want to connect, but not just on a surface level. They want to connect on a level of performance. They want to connect so they can get better.
Where it's real, where it matters.
It's real.
Yeah.
And then as a byproduct, you also become friends and you speak at each other's 21st and weddings and become lifelong friends. And then the last one was we are real. And you know, when I interviewed players to come up with these values, when I started the job, they said to me, Tom, please don't lie to us. Please just tell us the truth. And that was that was a seminal moment for me, you know, like, okay, cool. So let's be real with each other. Let's have the tough conversations. And those 3 values kind of guided everything that we did. And I think in the way the world, in the way people exist, we are who we are through others.
For
We know
sure.
about Ubuntu, and I think that was the one thing that I really realized in not just the book, but in the way that we led this team. And I think in all the work that I try to do is let's get people to connect on a level that gets the best out of each other. And ultimately, you and I want to create 1 + 1 = 3.
Oh, completely. And we know South Africa is all about the sum of the parts, man. That's just the way that we operate. We see these magical things, to use that term again, happen around us because of that exact notion. I would imagine every mate that you have ever had, every player that you've ever played with has been phoning you for advice. When someone stops you and wants to take the conversation further, wants to get some advice on how they can take the step towards that more authentic space, what advice do you give them?
So advice is a funny thing, Graham, because
Read the book.
Well, in fact, in our book, we wanted to show, not tell. So there's no here's 5 steps to success, because everyone's different. So I'll share an anecdote from someone else, a wise man that I know, and he says, if someone's asking for directions, the first thing you say is where you're coming from. So every individual is coming from a different place. Every team is coming from a different place. So I would want to try and understand and get the person to understand, so where are you coming from? What do you believe? What is your past story? What are the internal story you tell yourself about situations, about what you can do, what you can't do?
Wow.
Once you understand that, then we can decide, okay, where do we want to go? What's the future story that we want to write?
Are you available? Can you just stay here? Stay here for the rest of the week. I think you have found your family. You have found your tribe, my friend. With these kinds of insights taken on a whole different level, as lived through the amazing human beings that, yes, play rugby, but I think the entire ecosystem around that, we see these amazing human stories play out with incredible results. We get to enjoy the pinnacle of that, seeing these players make it into the Springbok team, but you forget what goes on behind the scenes. If you want to delve into this, do a deep dive, we are going to be giving away 4 copies of Human Ball by the incredible Tom Dawson Squib and Nick Rosley. So if you head over to our socials, you can tell us this. What do you think is the secret to successful teamwork? We've given you a couple of absolute gems, but let us know on the Expresso socials and hashtag Human Ball in your answer if you want to qualify. I think we might get Tom himself to decide on those winners, seeing as he's inspired us this morning. And please, that competition closes midday today, so get that in. I'm going to nick one of those, so there are only 3 copies available to win. We'll see if we can get another 4 copies. Please write in. I think it's going to be amazing. I look forward to sinking my teeth into this, my
Thanks,
friend.
Graham.
Well done, man.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you for having me.
He's going to be a weekly fixture, I think, from now on.
I love it. From sinking our teeth in some burrata, we move on to some Tabata. Get ready to sweat. Please, Expresso fam, move things out the way. And let's get that blood going for a fast HIIT workout. It's high-intensity interval training, and this is designed to burn calories and build muscle in just minutes with short bursts of all-out effort, and then followed by some quick rest. There is some relief in between. This workout is perfect for maximizing results. And to do this with me, to lead me down the path of exercise, is Tamisha Bruff, fitness instructor extraordinaire, and she joins us right now to take me, okay, it's going to be us, through our paces. Tamisha, welcome.
Thank you.
Very excited to get into this. Very scared, but I think dancing is a fun way to work out, no?
Yes. So it's not dancing, it's a little bit of aerobics, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, with my twist on it. But just have fun with it.
Okay.
And let your body lead you. Okay.
I love that. You heard that, Expresso fam. Have fun with it. Let your body lead, and then let's take it away.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. Before we start, I just want you to place your right hand over your chest and your left hand over your belly, and just to take a deep breath in and out. You at home as well. Deep breath in and out. Now take a moment and you feel that heartbeat, you feel that breath. You are the reason, and God is not done with you yet. He still has a plan with you. Stay in there, hang in there. You got this. All right, let's release
I
it.
love that.
Deep breath in, give yourself a hug. Thank you, body, for showing up. Another one, open up. Thank you, body, for always being here, even though. Open up again one more time and close. You are amazing. Let's stand the feet together, deep breath in. We're gently gonna fold forward and out. Bend the knees, inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and release all the tension. All right, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay,
Let's do
before we
this.
start, it's 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest.
Okay.
I will lead you, okay? The music is going to cue us. Okay, the first exercise before the music starts is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 marches in a wide step open.
Okay.
All right, you ready for the music? Hope you're ready at home.
Let's get into this.
Nice and easy. Okay.
You're gonna count us in, right?
1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, step forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, hey!
I don't know why I'm smiling,
And
but this is going in a good mood already.
Hey!
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. And stop, beautiful. Keep marching. Next move, 2 knees and 2 crosses. Okay, ready? Wait for the count.
2, 1.
Let's go. 2 knees and 2 crosses. Okay. 2 knees and 2 crosses. If you want to reach, pull. Pull and cross. Cross. Pull. Pull. Let go. Cross. Cross. Ha. Ha. And cross. Cross. And rest. Beautiful. Next move, we step into our left. Just nice and easy, okay? Wait for the count.
I'm gonna channel my inner Beyonce.
1, let's go. Step and press. No, no, no. I hope you can hear the music. Nice and strong arms. Huh? Now you can make the step as big as you want to. Have fun with it.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. 2, 1. Rest, beautiful rest. Next one, step, go. All right. Nice strong arms. 1, let's go. Step, pull, ha. Nice. Nice strong arms as well. Aside, pull, ha. Hey. Yes. Ha. 2, 1. Rest, nice. March it out. Next, high step, low step. Okay.
Okay.
You go as low as you can.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
1,
Let's do it. Let's do it.
go. Step, low, high, low. Have fun. High.
Okay,
boy. Low, high, low. March it out. Beautiful. Next, double punch. Just
All
in
right.
the corners, okay? Keep your tummy tight. 2.
Okay, let's get into this. Is the final
Let's go.
round. Come on, Expresso fam.
1,
All right.
2, 1.
As we box away, and Tanisha does her thing, brings all the energy, we're gonna continue as we take a quick break.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere, Expresso fam. We've got you after this.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
2, 1.
Get it.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and what an incredible show we've had already. It's Wednesday, and the hump is getting smaller and smaller because you are coasting through all the goodness right now. So we've got 2 more hours left before the show ends, and there's so much to look forward to. But right now, it's just gone on the hour, 7 a.m., so official duties can commence. Now, starting with national headlines, KwaZulu-Natal Health MEC Nomagugu Simelane says the provincial health and education departments are collaborating on a standardized disease control plan for schools and daycare centers amid a hand, foot, and mouth disease outbreak. Now, speaking in Durban, she confirmed 195 cases with 146 in the eThekwini metro. Now, the disease mainly affects young children, causing blisters on the hands, feet, and mouth, along with flu-like symptoms. Now, the plan includes daily screening tests at schools to curb further spread. Well, sticking to national headlines, the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, otherwise known as NSFAS, spokesperson Ismail Menisi has confirmed that NSFAS has urgently processed outstanding payments related to student registration and housing. Now, Menisi reassured students that all housing providers have been informed not to suspend services while the payments are being processed. Now, he explained that a notice was sent to service providers on January the 31st, instructing them to allow students receiving NSFAS funding to register and secure accommodation, even if their payments had not been finalized yet. Well, we move to international headlines right now, and the United States announced yesterday it would establish separate teams to discuss ending the war in Ukraine, following a 4-hour meeting with Russian delegates in Saudi Arabia. Now, this was the first high-level meeting between Russia and the US since Russia's invasion of Ukraine 3 years ago. Now, the Russian delegation described the talks described them as positive and constructive. However, neither Ukraine nor any of its European allies were invited, raising concerns in Europe that Ukraine had been sidelined. Now, Europe also questions the concession that the US may seek from Russia. Now, next up, the Commonwealth has called for the release of Ugandan opposition leader Kizza Besigye, now citing his detention as a violation of democracy and human rights. Now, President Yoweri Museveni dismissed concerns about Besigye's health, claiming his hunger strike was a form of blackmail for bail. Now, Besigye, a longtime critic of Museveni, is facing military court charges, including illegal firearms possession, and has been incarcerated for nearly 3 months. Now, Commonwealth Secretary General Patricia Scotland condemned the actions, emphasizing the group's commitment to democratic principles. Now, lastly in the headlines, Taylor Swift is taking it all. Now, she continues her record-breaking reign, being named Global Recording Artist of the Year for 2024, and this by the IFPI, the organization representing the recorded music industry. Now, this marks her 5th time winning the honor, becoming the most awarded artist in the category. And her album, The Tortured Poets Department, dominated, topping 4 IFPI charts, including global album sales with 5.6 million units. Now, boosted by her historic Eras tour, the first to surpass $1 billion in revenue, Swift's past records also surged in popularity. Now, Canadian rapper Drake and K-pop group 17 placed 2nd and 3rd, rounding out a dynamic year in music. Well, it's still an incredible year when it comes to all things sport, and here's G-Man to update you when it comes to all the latest.
Yes, all eyes on the Champions League silverware right now, and it's Feyenoord to have advanced to the Champions League last 16. That was after a 1-1 draw against a 10-man AC Milan at the San Siro yesterday, sealing a 2-1 victory on aggregates. So Julian Carranza's 73rd minute header proved decisive after Santiago Jimenez had given Milan an early lead. The Dutch side will now face either Inter Milan or Arsenal in the next round. Great prospects either way. So let's bring it back home. It's not getting any better for Kaizer Chiefs. They suffered a heavy 4-1 defeat to their Tshwane rival SuperSport United in the Betway Premiership at FNB Stadium yesterday. Former Chiefs forwards as well, Samir Nurkovic and Christian Sale, played key roles in dismantling their old side, executing Gavin Hunt's tactics with precision. So Chiefs now sitting 6th on the table with 25 points as a result. SuperSport still way back off the pace, 12th with 20 points, so really did mean a lot to them. Now let's turn to rugby, and Ireland will revisit the site of their historic historic first win over New Zealand when they take on the All Blacks at Soldier Field in Chicago on the 1st of November. That is part of their 2025 November International Series, selling rugby to the world. The Springboks will meet France, Italy and Wales, while England face Australia, Fiji and Argentina in what looks like a great and very packed schedule. Now he is back into his tennis schedule, but not with the greatest result. Novak Djokovic returned to action and it ended abruptly with a 7-6, 6-2 loss to Matteo Berrettini in the Qatar Open second round. So playing just his first match since his Australian Open semi-final injury, the third seed struggled against the Italian, who claimed his first career win over Djokovic and his first top 10 victory since 2023. So a lot of meaning underpinning a lot of the performances today. But that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll touch on those headlines at around 8 o'clock. Let's see if the roads have woken up.
Thank you, G-Man. Yes, the roads have woken up indeed, and we get started updating you on traffic in Gauteng Centurion, where there's been an accident on the N1 northbound after John Forster Drive, affecting the left shoulder. Make use of your headlights, please, as you head on out, and exercise extreme caution wherever you are headed, as roads are wet due to rainy weather conditions. Now we move on to sunny Cape Town, where there is a stationary vehicle on the N2 outbound at Liesbeek. The left lane is obstructed and delays are expected, so do of course allow for added travel time to your morning routine and your commute. Sticking in Cape Town, out in Milnerton, minor delays are being experienced as a result of congestion on the N7 northbound out in Bosmansdam. Do remain vigilant while driving. Well, that's where we leave your roads. Let's check out what's happening in your weather. The South African Weather Service reports that weather conditions today will remain largely unchanged, with disruptive rain continuing to affect much of South Africa. Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Cape, Free State, Northwest and Mpumalanga are under either an orange level 5 or yellow level 2 alert for heavy rain, as well as flooding risks. Now, this may lead to flooding of roads, bridges and settlements, as well as property damage, infrastructure disruptions and potential threats to life. Authorities have urged residents to remain vigilant. Additionally, a yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds is in effect along the coast from Cape St. Francis to Gans Bay. Or Gans Bay, rather. Now let's look at your sunrise view of this hour out in the mother city in Pelican Park. Gail shared her beautiful morning view with us. Definitely looking a bit like a safari. I love that. How the sun is just meeting the horizon there, Gail, letting you know that it's going to be a scorcher of a day today. So I hope you have your SPF on hand. And if you want to continue sharing your morning views with us, that number is 063 408 8863. We would love to see what your side of town looks like. But now let's have a look at what's happening in your temperatures.
Absolutely beautiful out there. I know it's pretty hot, so stick around for the next 2 hours. We'll keep you well cool. Now, we're going to get you super excited. We're going to take an artistic turn, and we love the way that art evokes emotion, and we're going to use art to express ourselves, to heal. We absolutely love the notion of going into those spaces. And then we have got some of the coolest art you will ever see. Gina Wilkinson is going to present to us her gorgeous work, Sweetie Art. I've had just a little peek, and I don't know how to feel about it. It is going to invoke the most incredible emotions. You have to see it to believe it. So stick around. We'll see you now.
A whole season ahead, a myriad of possibilities.
Absa, official banking partner of the Premier League.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, and we're about to get a massive dose of inspiration, so your timing is perfect. The transformative power of the arts is about to take center stage right now in Stellenbosch in a very exciting collaboration between the Stellenbosch Triennale, I hope I'm saying that right, and Stellenbosch University. The incredible arts-based inquiry initiative is set to use visual arts, music, dance, and drama to support learners from underserved communities. More than just an educational tool, this initiative is a research-driven approach to help young people express, heal, and then most importantly, thrive. And joining us this morning is Paseka Blessing Chisale to discuss the art education and art therapy program. They are not two different things. They are one beautiful healing notion. Buddy, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you so much.
It's only your life's work. How did it feel having it laid bare in one introduction like that, man? I've got to ask that question because there is a lot going on here. And I think we often forget that, while yes, this represents a great new big project, at the heart of it are the children who need this. So why do this? And I love the fact that we have to start with purpose, with why. Why launch this?
All right. So when it comes to the arts or art education, I think it forms part of our everyday lives. I think sometimes we try to, or we've grown to think of it as an esoteric
sure.
entity that is often quite seen as an elitist space. So when we are creating intentional spaces for children to engage in this space, we're allowing them to express themselves, but also learn in natural ways, which are artistic ways of learning. So it creates that type of space for learners in engaging in art.
I can imagine it must be the most magical process to be a part of. I'm using the word magical a lot today, but for good reason, because the magic does happen in those soft spaces. You can get under a child's defenses, and trust me, a child coming from, as you would know, I'm sure better than most, there are a lot of defenses set up after the childhood that many of these kids have had to live through.
Yeah.
How do you do this? How do you interweave therapy into art? We feel it, but how do you consciously do it?
Yeah, so I think the most important thing that one needs to be mindful of is to often not just engage with art as in thinking of it just from a therapeutic or from it being a therapy or a psychological component, but engaging in it as an experimental space, allowing children to play and engage in the space. And when we do that, we are providing them with an opportunity to actually then engage in problem solving, critical thinking, and it also creates a space where they engage in developing the holistic component of the child, which also includes the emotional, the social aspects of the child. So it is quite important to consider it as just a space for play at first, and you will notice things coming out as you engage in the space.
And I love the fact that then you're forced to kind of write the course as you're doing it based on every child that you have the great privilege of caring for that moment of their journey. You've had a chance to see it in action. You've been working with Kayamandi Secondary School, Stellenbosch Secondary. What's the response been like?
Yeah, so at the moment, we are still in the process of actually implementing the program. However, the schools have been quite receptive of the program. The teachers have been quite supportive of the program. But an important component that we are considering and that we are working on is making sure that there is a collaborative space between ourselves and the learners, so that it's not a hierarchical engagement. They're invested in the process. So as we engage in the program, we adapt the program based on what we are learning from the learners, and we have something that we refer to as a hope box, where the children provide us with their thoughts and ideas of how they see this program playing out. And this essentially also gives us a space to adapt our ways of doing and engaging with the learners in the space.
I love that, because we get to experience, I mean, we've been on a journey since COVID, and I think our industry has healed us. I've watched musicians heal themselves through the emotional language that comes to bear in their songs, and heal us by giving us that language to use. You're doing this on so many different levels. It is mind-blowing, but there is a very practical life element to this. I just breathe when I need to defuse, when I need to reset emotionally, when I just need to get my head above water. I love this theme. Bazinzile, a rehearsal for breathing.
Yeah.
Take me into that.
Yeah, so together with my partner in crime, she's actually coming in with the therapeutic component, where I come in with the educational component. We have thought of thinking about it as and using the theme as well, thinking about rehearsal, so creating a space for rehearsal for children. I think in traditional modes of learning, we often have spaces where learners are afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah,
so
it's all or nothing.
Yes, it's all or nothing. And in this space, we are then being very mindful of creating a space where learners are free to make mistakes. They are free to play around and see and rehearse in the process. So it is essentially taking that component of what we're doing in the program and trying to also apply it in everyday life. So once again, just reminding ourselves that art is part of everyday life, and it just teaches us practical skills of how to engage in life.
I love the fact that when everyone who sits on this couch now, and I'm going to say post-COVID, I know I'm using the C word a lot this morning, but there is so much more purpose being lived in authentic ways. I cannot tell you how positive this makes me feel about the future of our country. If we are grasping onto these sorts of complex notions and simplifying them like this, it is amazing. Buddy, thank you, and well done.
Thank you.
Every school, every university, every educational space, every space where there are children, create these safe places where children can do what is most natural to them. Play, learn, explore, and thrive. We're going to keep your details up for the rest of the year. Please, if you want to support, if you want to get this into your school, make contact.
Thank you.
What an incredible initiative. I love the fact that this is an opportunity for so many to do exactly that and to thrive. And I'm hoping that you can carry on thriving no matter where you are, especially right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And especially if you may be working on your sanctuary at home or a little DIY project, we want you to thrive.
I absolutely would love that for you. It's time for another episode of Handy Heroes to help you along that journey. Now, the team at Stains Mica Build in Mossel Bay are just ready to share expert painting tips and also clever tricks to take your DIY skills to the next level.
Let's
go. Have a look.
Powered by Plascon, today's handy heroes come from Stains Mica Build, Mossel Bay in the Western Cape.
Our store's name is Stains Mica Build. We are situated in Mossel Bay. We supply a lot of contractors in Mossel Bay. We only stock Plascon paints and we only stock quality hardware supplies. What makes me proud of my store is we are all about customer service and we always go the extra mile for our clients. What makes our hardware the best hardware in Mossel Bay is the fact that we are all about customer service and we always make sure that we give the best service each and every time. What makes my store the best in Mossel Bay about Plascon products is the fact that we have exceptional top quality products and the fact that we provide the customer with quality on-point advice. What I like about Plascon is that they never turn their back on you. Whenever there's a customer issue or there's site inspections that needs to be done, we just pick up the phone, we call them, they are there. They sort out the problem for us. That's why Plascon is the best. My favorite Plascon product will definitely be Plascon Velvet water base. It's an awesome product. You can basically put it onto any substrate without a primer. Certain areas you need a primer, you can put it directly onto existing enamel, which makes the product exceptional. My DIY tip would definitely be rather spend more time on your prep work to make sure that your prep work is done and then you won't have any repairs on any job or any project.
Today's Handy Heroes is powered by Plascon Wall and All. Unmatched dirt, stain, water and fade resistance to keep your walls beautiful for years. Plascon, together we've got this.
Yeah, it doesn't get better than that. I mean, honestly,
you.
you're looking for confidence, then you know where to go. And that is exactly where the specialists are. And they've got so much advice for you. So what are you waiting for? Go get your DIY project on.
I know Ewan's listening very closely right now. Yesterday, he actually showed me the improvement of his renovation.
Oh, how's it going?
Oh, it looks so good.
Nice.
It looks so incredibly good.
Now listen, there's so much more niceness and even better than nice. It's going to be amazing because we've got a lot to look forward to right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And if you're wondering what's in front of me right now,
what's going on here?
check this out and understand that this is not real. This is art. This is resin. This is clay. This is Gina Wilkinson coming through, giving us an incentive about the Cape Town Art Fair, which is happening this year.
Wow.
And let me tell you, I'm getting hungry just looking at this. Chris, are you sure I can't try one?
No, listen, I try to poke one off and then say, Carissa, please don't touch my art. Absolutely incredible. And there's still more to come. We also have the entertainment box ticked with St. Clair still in the building, performing and playing with my mind. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I think this Wednesday just got taken to the next level.
Oh, yeah.
Win a Toyota Corolla Cross 1.8 XS Hybrid with Plascon's 2025 Hybridity Color Forecast Competition. Spend 500 Rand or more on any Plascon products. WhatsApp your receipt, name and ID to this number. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, Mzansi, welcome back to it. I know it's feeling like a Friday, but believe it or not, it's only Wednesday, but the buzz is gonna keep on. And especially when we're talking about Cape Town's art scene, which is buzzing with excitement as the city gears up for Africa's largest art fair. This is the Cape Town Art Fair. It's happening from February the 21st to the 23rd. So that's literally like 2 days away. Now, among the incredible artists featured this year, we've got Cape Town-based creative Gina Wilkinson, known for her eye-catching Sweetie art, which is a playful yet thought-provoking take on confectionery and nostalgia, all while challenging societal norms. So today, she's going to be joining us to talk about her artistic journey and the powerful message behind her work. Gina, how are you doing this morning?
Good. Thanks so much for having me here.
It's really cool to have you. Obviously, we were chatting off air earlier, and I couldn't help but like salivate over your art. It is so inviting. It's so tempting, and I can't believe that it's art. It really is that. But before we even get into it, talk to me about how did you even discover your passion for art and this world that you've now like made your own?
It's been quite a journey to get to this point. Yeah, to get to the point of like having my job literally be to make food that you can't eat.
That sounds surreal.
My gluten-free, sugar-free bakery with Clair and resin. But I think kind of the starting point for me was when I first made these like little cherry lips from Sweets from Heaven. You know, I used to be at the point in my life where I would go to Sweets from Heaven so often. I could
all your money.
I could put just the right amount in to be like 20 Rand.
Oh,
every time.
Okay, you measured perfectly.
I got it
Okay.
to a T. So the one day I was like, okay, these would make amazing sculptures. So I tried and I made the cherry lips at first. And I took them to show a friend the next day. And the friend was like, oh, thanks so much. And I was like, no, don't eat that.
Because it looked that real.
Yeah. And then they were angry with me after that. They were like, well, how dare you bring this and not bring me real sweets after this? Like, what are you doing? And I found that frustration that they experienced really, really interesting as like an kind of like starting point for an artwork.
And that's something I've been trying to verbalize in terms of my own feelings. I'm like, how could you just lock all this goodness away behind this glass here and put it up as art? That is so devious, it's so tempting, it's so naughty, but it makes so much sense because I think it's exactly what it invokes. It's exactly what that sort of feeling of nostalgia. Before we get into that though, you've had quite an incredible career. I mean, not just working locally, not just working in the entire country, but you've just recently come from London. So you're an international artist now, right? We're going to put that stamp of approval on you. What's that experience been like and how was this artwork received over there?
Yeah, it was incredible to go. People were really interested, and I added in some of the like British sweets as well to try and be relatable.
So they can resonate with you. Nice.
Try and be relatable because so many of the sweets are actually so like South African specific. Like I actually realized that I was creating an archive of sweets because like you can't get marshmallow fish anymore, you can't get marshmallow mice anymore. So it's kind of like and that's the one thing. Like so many of our memories are stored in food and in objects. So that's one of the key things about these works is that people see them and they connect with them and they have their own personal stories that relate to individual objects. Like even now in studio this morning, someone came and was like, the zoo biscuits. Yes. Or like someone will have like individual stories related to those.
I'm trying to figure out like, was that your plan? Was that the actual master plan behind all of this? Because it makes so much sense if you were trying to evoke a memory, an emotion, nostalgia. I mean, I literally looked at one or two of these. I remember, I don't know what the names are, but those like vampire teeth. I remember getting those at the shop with like the loose change from our parents and be like, I've got like 10 cents I can buy. Can I have one of number 1, number 10? Put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
And it's a memory. That's exactly what it is. Was that the intention here with this artwork?
It kind of like, it wasn't really to start with.
Yeah.
But when you make something, you kind of like let it take you on that journey. And I mean, I think that like brings it also back to the theme of the art fair this year, which is play.
I love that. Okay, so this is perfect, aligned with the theme. And more importantly, I think it reminds us as adults seeing things like this that don't forget about that child inside you, the one that wants to play, and we should never forget to play on that note. Let's dive into exactly what's going on here because, like I said, it looks incredibly realistic. The colors are so on point. What is it made of? How do you create this? Talk me through this process here. What's going on?
So the sweets, I actually collect the sweets.
Yeah.
And then I make molds of the sweets.
Okay.
So quite a few of my friends have now started bringing me new sweets when they find something interesting. I think in this new piece, a friend of mine found these little crocodiles.
Okay.
In like a corner shop in Woodstock the other day. I was like, yes, I'm gonna like speed make a mold and then cast them. So the resin is mixed up. It's a clear resin I work with.
Amazing.
Very dangerous if you're ever thinking of working with it. You've got to wear a full mask and goggles, the whole shebang.
Okay, so safety is very important
Yes.
with these types of mediums of artwork.
Yeah. But the color, working with the color with these has been really tricky because the pigments are super dark. So like one drop of green will turn the whole thing black.
You lose that
and then you won't see the
transparency
light
and
coming
that-
through.
Yeah. So, like we're talking about seeing light come through, and correct me if I'm wrong here, and excuse my naivety, but is this a lollipop with sherbet inside, or is that white stuff just an accident? Did you intentionally put the sherbet in?
Yeah, no, this
did
is
that.
the fizz pop.
Oh my word! Wow! I think everybody remembers something about a fizz pop. Were you the one that would like sit there for a good couple minutes and like lick it until you got to the sherbet, or would you bite through it?
No.
I was a biter.
No.
I couldn't wait. I would go straight from the tuck shop, get that sherbet all in me, and all the shards of it. But literally, this is what's happening. I can feel the nostalgia. I can feel the memories coming through. I love what's happening here. Is there anything more that you would want to dive into when it comes to this art world? Because it seems like you can create anything, right?
Yeah, I think it's a really cool space to be in, and yeah, just kind of like inventing things. That's your job, and then like, oh, okay, cool, I'll make that today. Yeah, but it's been, I think that I'm letting the medium lead me a bit because I love the way that the light comes through the sweets, and I think that that's one of the magical parts of it.
Wow,
so doing that, and then also working a lot with ceramics because the biscuits are made out of clay.
Yeah, okay, so this is not resin.
No, they're all made out of clay.
Okay, brilliant. So you got to glaze that and do all the things in the oven and stuff.
Yeah, 3 layers of paint
Proper
on
stress,
every piece of biscuit.
Sure.
Glaze, yeah.
I love everything about this, and I think Mzansi's probably going to come up to you and find you on the socials and be like, listen, Gina, have you ever made this? And what about this sweet? So apologies for the inundation of
I'll
mails,
be happy
but
with
just plug us in on this event because I think a lot of people want to get into this. Where can we get tickets? When is it happening again? Let the people know.
So there is over 100 galleries who are going to be exhibiting. It's local and international galleries. It's opening on Friday. You can buy tickets on web tickets. It's the Investor Cape Town Art Fair. And I'm going to be exhibiting there on the booth with World Art, booth D6, yeah?
Okay,
Come have a
nice.
look. And then the lollipops are going to be right at the entrance as you walk in. It's a new curated section. It's called Cabinet Trophy.
Okay.
Where it's curators Alexander Richards and Pokeng Setai, and they have selected 10 artists, each from a different gallery, which is actually like a really incredible honor to be selected by them because I'm going to be exhibiting among the likes of like Brett Murray and Norman Catherine and Zanele Moholi, which is like, whoa.
You've made it, eh? Mama, we made it. Listen, it's incredible to see your passion come through in such a beautiful medium. You're making us hungry. You're giving us so many incredible memories, and you give us every reason to get to that event. So Friday, go get your tickets, Mzansi. Go see Gina and the rest of the incredible art that is on display, and it's time to get inspired. Speaking of, let's keep that inspiration going right now.
And I'm going to take your mind back to 2002. We were all glued to the edge of our seats watching the OG pop stars take to the TV stage. Absolutely incredible. I don't know if you remember Afro Z definitely being at the forefront of all things good music. Well, we have St. Clair from Afro Z, of course, taking on the song Playing With My Mind. Bit of a throwback on a Wednesday for you. Take it away.
Let's go, us, yeah. St. Clair, I hope you guys got your espresso ready while you're watching Expresso. Let's go. This one is Playing With My Mind by Afro Z. Even if you're sitting down, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to put your hands up for me. Let's go. Can you feel it? Yeah, boy. Expresso, let's go. Let's go. Put your hands up. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Yo, say, put your labor lost, yeah. You keep playing with me. You keep playing with my mind. You keep playing with me. You keep playing with my mind. Put your hands up. Yeah, see. I need you
my goodness. Yeah. Is it a Friday or something? What's going on?
I can't stop moving, guys. I can't stop.
You play with my mind.
Absolute
Clair
magic.
ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere, and we've got more performances to come at you. So, Mzansi, what are you waiting for? We've got so much entertainment happening, so much good stuff. We're still diving into the kitchen. We still got deals for you. It is feeling like a Friday, guys. What's happening?
Is, great
Don't go
finds.
anywhere.
It's this for me.
Yeah.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Looking to refresh your space or even gear up for varsity days? Yes, it's here. Games More for Less has the best deals to help you do it all without breaking the bank. So let's dive right into it.
Can't wait for this one. Of course, Mzansi, there's every reason to get involved in it because I think whether you're going to varsity, whether you're setting up your home, you want to get in on these deals and they are perfect for the occasion. So listen up. First up, we've got the following. There's a 4-pack of glazed mugs. This one's perfect for your coffee, your hot chocolate, and the best part, you can get 2 packs for just 149 Rand. That's double the caffeine, double the energy, double the value.
That's a steal.
What would you
If
put in
there's one
those?
thing about me, I love a mug. I'll drink water out of a mug. I'll drink wine out of a mug. It's just too good. But definitely my tea. I've even now bought a teapot to go with the mugs.
I'm so on your bandwagon.
Yeah.
I'm like diving into the world of teas. It gives you that zen feel, gives you that zen vibe. So
Yes.
I'm definitely going with a honey, ginger, lemon, and maybe a sprinkle of turmeric in that one.
My goodness.
Woosah.
An immune community.
Yes! Nicely done.
Well, next, let's look at cooking. We're getting better in the kitchen. While these Bennett Reed Fusion Forge pans are your go-to for affordable pro-level cooking. Now, both are non-stick, durable pans, only for 499 Rand. So forget the takeout. I think it's time to cook up a storm.
It is, and I think, again, if you are living that luxe life at home, you have a varsity student, maybe you've run out of oil. Don't worry, you can just throw the steak straight on these pans.
Literally.
Get that char going, medium rare, whatever you want, you got it sorted, and it's going to feel like you've been dining because it's going to taste that good.
Jamie Oliver. As I was a student, I said this before, but I lived off of popcorn and fasting. I wasn't a very good cook. I was also like eating no meat at some stage. I ate lentils every day.
You were gluten intolerant. You were
I've tried it all. I was just broke essentially, but these definitely is something I could have done.
I just lived off of like tuna and rice, trying to be an athlete on a budget. So stuff, man.
I love that.
Like getting leftover curries from home and just whatever I could get carbs-wise, that was me. So I think if I had a pan like this, I could have maybe made it a little bit more elegant. I regret not having one of these at home.
And 2 for 499 is absolutely amazing. How about some storage?
Yes, we all need that, right? And especially when we sometimes are living in that dig situation or shared living, we need to make the most of our space. So check this out. These are collapsible DIY crates. They are stackable, they are sturdy, and it's a super space saver. Now you can grab 2 for just 129 Rand.
Wow.
Yes, 2 for only 129 Rand. So it's perfect for books, snacks. You can put your gym equipment in there. You can do pretty much anything. What can't you do with that?
I'd put my makeup in there. I'd put my you could use it as a chair. You could sit
like on the Dums night when you have your mates over, you sit on the bunkie. Yes,
this
please,
thing
Milo.
is versatile, please. Absolutely love it. 2 for 129 is absolutely incredible. Now, these deals are waiting for you right now. Head to your nearest game store or you can shop online. Find it at game.co.za because your varsity moves just got so much easier and, of course, more affordable.
Absolutely. Now, these are the game's more for less unbeatable deals. And the question is, what are you waiting for? Go get some.
Okay, let me get it out the way. I want to hear that bass again. It is welcome back to the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Ting, ting, ting. Oh, I'm here for that. And we are here for Stone Fruit today. We whipped up the most beautiful nectarine and burrata, which is a soft kind of top of the top mozzarella cheese. That salad looks great. Let's chase it now with some pork, some noodles, and some Asian-inspired flavors. And, of course, the hero, which is not often the case, the fruit. I love how diverse this is, and I love the fact that you are the one at the helm today. So where do we begin, Miss Morris?
So, darling, we're going to begin with these are just little pork rashers. A little goes a long way, believe it or not.
Oh, and think of all the flavour in that.
Yes.
Fat.
Look at that. So we're going to just stir this.
What did you do? Is it just finely chopping it up? How did you get it to this consistency?
Okay. I'm going to talk you through this
You
while
get
it cooks.
your morning anger out on that little rasher.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so what I've done here is I've taken some ginger and some garlic and some corn flour.
Okay.
So because what happens with the corn flour, it velvets the meat because it's very thinly sliced.
Okay, so you're going to get that beautiful crispy.
Yes,
crispy.
absolutely.
And I suppose you've got the fats to play with, so it's not just flavour, but it's going to give you a beautiful crunch, a great
lovely
mouthfeel,
crunch.
if you will.
Absolutely. So while this does its thing, I'm going to do a little bit of slicing of some spring onion.
Okay, because this, I think when you look at the Asian flavour palette, you get a lot of flavour in a very little amount because of the balance.
The balance.
And that, I think, is key to getting this right. So let's start there. How do you approach balancing out the flavours in a meal like this? Because pork rashers with that fat is going to come with a punch.
It comes very, very rich. It's rich. But we have the saltiness and we have the sweetness, but we have the nectarine, which has a lovely bit of acidity.
Aha, you see, it's got
the
some
sweet, the
sugar,
sour,
but it's
and
got
the
the
salty.
acidity
Yes.
as well.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you. Do you want some heat?
I want the heat.
Oh my
I
goodness.
expect the heat when Jenny Morris is in the kitchen, girl.
We're gonna die. Okay, so have a look here, G.
Oh, wow.
It's coming along really, really nicely.
You're going to change everybody's stir-fry technique now. You realise that, working with the two forks, eh? Only Jenny Morris could set a new standard.
There we go.
Oh, the
So
smells
this
coming out
already
of
is
there.
seasoned
Oh.
with salt and pepper. I've used some lovely white pepper. Now what I want to do is I want to bring the salty element into it and sticky.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go first with the honey. It's going to be sticky and delicious, and I'm telling you, your palate's going to dance.
It's unctuous, as Mr. Wasty would say.
Yes.
An unctuous pour. Look
Unctuous.
at that.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Now, look at that.
At least we're not standing outside in 40-degree heat trying to make a salmon salad, Hazel.
Ginny.
You wanted the heat.
I love the heat. There we go, some coriander, some basil. What we're going to do with the basil is we're going to rip it up. Can you put this into your hot little hand and hurt it?
Oh, man. Would you call this muddling, ripping, tearing?
I'm calling it muddling. I'd be doing that. I want you to tear it.
Just tear it up.
Tear it,
And
because
what does
smell.
this do?
Just smell. You're
Oh, there we
releasing
go.
all
It
those beautiful
releases
oils.
everything.
Look at this.
And I like the fact that it adds kind of a bit of a fresh herbaceousness
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Now, if I didn't have this rotator cuff thing, I'd be tossing.
Oh.
But she can't.
You get cooking injuries, okay?
Yes, you do. No, you do. Chefs do.
Can I give it a go?
Yes.
Can you show me the technique
Yes.
and I'll give it a...
What I want you to do is just
Wow.
forward and back, okay? That's it. Up and
Ole.
away. Oh, he's such a tosser. I love it. Look at you. He's fantastic.
I feel like
love
you
it.
all set me up
I
for that.
love
This
it.
whole exercise was just a setup.
Look at
Shush,
his
Ryle.
beautiful
Shush your
nectarines.
mouth, son.
Look at that. Isn't that divine? Look at that. No, I couldn't have tossed that better than you because this arm is really broken.
Oh, and we love you for being here and putting yourself through the pain. In fact, because he's standing here so keenly, I think we've always known this, my friend. Dude, walk us through that little creation
Guys,
over there, bud.
can I first just start off by saying, like, in the world of stone fruit, Jenny, you still are my favorite peach. Firstly, I have to establish that.
Oh, you just want breakfast.
I just want the good food. But bro, I literally, firstly, from even discovering, and I heard this question earlier, how do you tell the difference between a nectarine, a plum, and a peach? I heard, and from what I discovered, peaches are normally hairy.
Yeah.
Right? So you can tell by the hair on the skin
Yes.
itself, but also on the inside. So you'll get different sort of crunches, you'll get different sort of like insides and the flavor as well. So
Sorry.
there's a big difference, and especially when you're incorporating it into meals like this, because when Jenny made some of the stuff that she did on the farm, wow, me lady, I was blown away. It was perfect. It
It
was
kept you going in that 40-degree heat. Now, I always think of the peach is the little bum. Looks like the little bums.
Yes.
But for me, the nectarine's got the freshness.
It does. So there's almost like this is it. This is the sort of difference, right? Think of crispy versus juicy. That's the sort of difference you have on the inside when we're talking about the meat of the fruit. So that's how you can kind of tell it apart. For me, though, what was more astounding was, firstly, like we mentioned earlier, seeing the amount of work, how hands-on this is. Literally, every farm worker is hand-picking and selecting each stone fruit, making sure that he attaches that to his name.
Yeah.
He then has an entire carton that he stands proudly in front of to say, this is what I collected for the day, this is the best of the best, let's send it
And
to
one
the
of them
people.
might be here, dude. One of them might
If
literally
anything,
be
they
here.
are exactly here. And I want to say thank you to not only everyone that's managing the farm, but the workers themselves who are
Absolutely.
slaving through that entire heat.
pride.
The pride that they have. They are so excited to get out there and do this. They know that they are providing good food, good nutrition, and an experience for everybody. And I
the
think that's what's fueling them.
economy, there is so
Yeah.
much. I love that. No kid is going to come home with an empty school box today.
Oh,
You're going
no,
to eat that in the
definitely
car
not.
on the way home.
Yeah.
So that being said, Jen, how do we look after this beautiful stone fruit, and knowing what's gone into putting it on the table?
Well, you got to just give it all back. Treat it like a lady, tenderly. Hold it in your hot little hand. Don't squeeze it, bite it. Do you know what I'm saying? Keep it nice and firm and fabulous.
You mentioned something, and we spoke about this. I think when we eat these days, G, we always speak about this. We constantly are living in this fast-paced life, and we just consume and we go, go, go.
Yes. For sure.
I think we need to take more of a moment to be present while we are eating. It's an
Yes.
entire experience.
Wow.
If we could be more grateful about and think about what it took to get this to our plate,
Yes.
the flavor, the
Yes.
taste, everything will be highlighted so much
Would you like a little
more.
taste?
Bro, how can I say no after,
Because,
after this
I mean,
discussion,
look at
man?
It just
Wow.
looks so gorgeous. And
Jenny,
I'm
this
gonna-
is what you made earlier, right?
Yes, my darling.
My
I'm gonna put
word,
those
you
there
show
because they
off.
just look so beautiful
Can I
and
steal a fork
amazing.
here quickly?
Can,
Oh,
can.
my word.
Grab a fork that side.
And
Right.
that's-
Again, I sit here, and this is an experience that we can maybe practice. Take that moment, be
Front
present.
and center.
Think about everything that's been sourced on your plate, what nutrition is inside of it. We're talking about good nutrients. And
Completely.
think about the experience you're having while you're sharing this with others. So again, don't do it on your own. Have friends around you, and that's how you create an incredible experience. So
I'm going to have a little taste as
let's
well.
get involved.
So, you know, when Jenny Morris rocks up in studio, you break your fast, yo. It just happens.
He does it fast.
I can guarantee you that I just tucked into what I think is a nectarine. Why? It was juicy.
Yes.
It was juicy on the inside. There was no
Firm.
hairiness on the outside. It had that firmness. Not as crunchy as maybe an apricot or something like that.
Yes.
But, amazing.
The umami that comes out, despite this being a fresh fruit,
Absolutely.
it is a beautiful, savory experience.
And
It's
I'm happy
gorgeous.
that you said the word savoury, because everybody thinks the fruit is just something you pop into a lunchbox, and it is, because it's good and it's clean and it's healthy and it's fresh. But it's an ingredient. Use it. You know, the season. I've frozen, because I got a couple of boxes of those nectarines on the farm. I bought some. And what I can tell you is I've already frozen them to make tart tatin.
Oh,
And to do
nice.
this particular thing, they freeze beautifully, and you just add them at the end.
And locally, as South Africans, when something's in season, that means it's made for your body. So this is not just food, but this is medicine, especially as we head into the colder months. We're coming out of summer.
Topping up.
That's probably why fruit exists, is because of winter.
No, no,
because of our
Guys,
need to plug
exactly.
in. I get
It's
that, man.
abundant. The price is good. And as you say, it is designed to feed your body, to prepare you going forward.
Absolutely.
I can see a lot of jealousy
Carissa.
happening
A lot
there.
of jealousy in the studio. Like Carissa couldn't resist. You got to get involved in this. Listen.
How good is that salad?
Oh, it's amazing.
It's incredible.
I'm glad that you let Jenny help you make the salad. Have you tasted your salad?
I have. The pecans are my favorite part, and the stone fruit, obviously.
Then you've got to try the stir fry because it is absolutely
Wow.
amazing.
Do you have chopsticks for me? Shall we put me to this?
I want to make
me to the test.
Do we have hot chopsticks? We have about 3,000 chopsticks.
How are your chopstick skills, by the way?
So good.
Okay.
You know that you can tell a person's intelligence by how high up the chopsticks they hold.
How high up they go?
How high
Like
can you
how
go?
high your hand is on the chopstick. You must be very clever, hey? Wow. How good is that?
Yeah.
I love that. I would never have put fruits in something like this, but it is so good.
Sweet and savoury fruit just works so well. Think of babuti. You know, it's got those
So
lovely
maybe this
sultanas.
is taking us to a point here. So when we want to use a fruit, a stone fruit,
Yes.
especially the nectarine with all of
Yes.
its inherent qualities, what's the best way to utilize it? What do we have to have in our kind of the back of our mind when cooking with fruit like this?
Balance.
Yeah.
For me, it's always about balance. Do you like each other? I don't ever use an ingredient. Now, when I like you all, I
Well,
love you, my
I
children.
like one of them.
But what I'm saying is, the ingredients need to like each other. They need to be compatible, you know. And we don't think out of the box. As I say, we think about just the fruit, bite into it, all that juice runs down your arm. Oh yes, baby, I love it. But there's more. Jam is more than a sandwich, and a nectarine is more than a fruit.
Oh, I like that.
When we were on that farm as well, in such excruciating heat, what was such a solace and such a sort of a break from it was, we had meat, we had all these like savouries. It was the nectarines and the stone fruits that brought this sort of break. It gave you that freshness, it gave you that citrus vigor, it gave you that feel of summer.
Did you steal fruit from the farm? I think someone next to himself.
These
We know that you took a few boxes home with you. Absolutely, you are a genius.
Honestly.
You are a genius.
I'm
The
taking
flavor
this home with me.
combinations, incredible. And there's still one more recipe to come because this is the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Turn! We'll see you now. Going in for more.
So yummy.
It is really yummy.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, sometimes welcome back, your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I know. It's feeling like Friday. We've spoken about this, but it's only Wednesday. But we're going to make it feel like a full-on holiday, especially while Carissa gets ready to do the news. We're going to plug you in on how much money you can win today. It's a lot, people.
I think she's just trying to get the food out of
The food out your
because
mouth,
we've been scrapping ourselves because it's Stone Fruit Day, but it could be your day actually today because there is some big money to be won. If we look at Lotto plus 1 and Lotto plus 2, there is a cool 14 million rand up for grabs. So let's break it down. You've got 5 mil for Lotto, 1 mil for Lotto plus 1, and another 5 million for Lotto plus 2. We've got 4 million, all totaling up to 14 million rand, but you've got to get it. So get your tickets in store. You can go online, nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app. You can use your own cell phone banking setup, or you can dial *120 *7529# for the
and as
USSD.
always, we put these details on our social media channels, so you can go check that out right now and Panda push up play to be in the running to win all these millions, but only if you play now. Good luck. With that being said, wow, I want you to win, I want you to get lucky, but I also want you to pay attention because right about the hour, it's about to happen now, and Carissa has the latest.
Thank you, guys. It's just a minute before we reach 7 o'clock, and we get started with your national news. Rhino poaching in Kruger National Park has surged since the start of the year, with over 30 rhinos killed since January. Now, Regional Ranger Bruce Leslie says at least 19 rhinos were lost over the festive season, including 7 remains found at Stolz Neck in late December. He attributes the rise to high international demand and organized crime networks. Despite increased patrols, aerial surveillance, and high-tech detection systems, Leslie urges communities to report poaching activities. Now, he emphasizes that collaboration is crucial as the park cannot rely on rangers alone to curb poaching. In other national news, KwaZulu-Natal Health MEC Nomagugu Semelana says that the provincial health and education departments are collaborating on a standardized disease control plan for schools and daycare centers amid a hand, foot and mouth disease outbreak. Speaking in Durban, she confirmed 195 cases, with 146 in the eThekwini metro. The disease affects mostly young children, causing blisters on the hands, feet and mouth, along with flu-like symptoms. Now, the plan includes daily screening tests at school to curb further spread. Now, let's take a look at those international news making headlines, where preparations are in full swing in Windhoek for the memorial service of the Namibian President Sam Nujoma, who was passed away last week at 95. Now, thousands are expected to attend the service on the 28th of February at Independence Stadium. His state funeral will follow on the 1st of March, where he will be laid to rest at Heroes Acre. In his honor, the Namibian government has declared the 1st of March a national holiday, allowing citizens to pay their final respect to the nation's founding leader. Meanwhile, the United States announced yesterday it would establish separate teams to discuss ending the war in Ukraine, following a 4-hour meeting with Russian delegates in Saudi Arabia. This was the first high-level meeting between Russia and the US since Russia's invasion of Ukraine 3 years ago. Now, the Russian delegation described the talks as positive and constructive. However, neither Ukraine nor any of its European allies were invited, raising concerns in Europe that Ukraine has been sidelined. Europe also questioned the concessions the US may seek from Russia. And to close off your news now, South Africans embrace the holiday spirit, with 54% of surveyed travellers exploring the country in December. The Western Cape led the way, boasting 8 of the top 15 destinations, with Cape Town reigning supreme. Now, the Garden Route dominated, filling almost all 10 of the top spots. Mossel Bay and Grootbrakrivier topped the list, alongside favourites like Plettenberg Bay and Stilbaai. Mossel Bay alone welcomed 1.2 million visitors, drawn by sunny skies and the UNESCO-listed Pinnacle Point. A busier than expected season boosted local economies and also attracted international tourists. From golden beaches to scenic retreats, South Africans revelled in a truly spectacular summer holiday. I definitely got my hand on some of that and enjoyed summer for what it was worth. So we leave your news for now. Let's head into that final bit of sports.
Of course, all eyes on Champions League at the moment because it really is entering the business end, and Feyenoord have delivered their advance to the Champions League last 16 after a 1-1 draw against a 10-man AC Milan at the San Siro yesterday, sealing that 2-1 aggregate victory. So Julian Carranza's 73rd minute header proving decisive. That was after Santiago Jimenez had given Milan the early lead. So the Dutch side will now face either Inter Milan or Arsenal in the next round. Great prospects either way. Now let's get the local connection on the footballing front. In Kaizer Chiefs, their woes continued. They suffered a heavy 4-1 defeat at the hands of SuperSport United in their Betway Premiership encounter at the FNB Stadium. And it was the former Chiefs forwards Samir Nurkovic and Christian Sale that played key roles in dismantling their old side's defence, executing Gavin Hunt's tactics with precision. So Chiefs now sitting 6th on the table with 25 points, while SuperSport, they're still way off the pace, 12th with 20 points, but this would have meant a lot to them. Now, lots of rugby excitement building as Ireland will revisit the site of their historic first ever win over New Zealand when they take on the All Blacks at Soldier Field in the US. That's in Chicago on the 1st of November as part of the 2025 November International Series, selling rugby to the world. And the Springboks will meet France, Italy and Wales, while England will face Australia, Fiji and Argentina in what looks like a great and very packed schedule. Now let's move to tennis. Not the greatest moment for Novak Djokovic. His return to action ended rather abruptly with a 7-6, 6-2 loss to Matteo Berrettini in the Qatar Open second round. Albeit playing just his first match since his Australian Open semi-final injury, the third seed did struggle against the Italian, who claimed his first career win over Djokovic in the process and also his first top 10 victory since 2023. You can see what it meant to the young man. And that's where we leave our sport for this beautiful Wednesday morning. Let's get into the traffic.
Thank you so much, G-Man. And for our final moment where we can serve you when it comes to traffic, let's do just that. Now, we start off in Northwest where there's heavy flooding on the R511. Now, this route is north of Brits. So motorists are advised to avoid the affected area as well as non-essential travel to ensure their safety. Again, as you can see from the visuals, definitely heavy effects taking place right here. We now move to Germiston, Gauteng. There's a stationary vehicle on the N3 north at Geldenhuys interchange. Now, the left lane is closed and heavy delays are expected, up to 17 minutes. And that's how long the delay could be. So please plan your routes accordingly and make sure you add some travel time to your route. Move to Cape Town now, and Bellville seems to be having some issues. Delays are expected if you're making use of the N1, and that's inbound at Durban Road. Again, looking at the visuals, this is as a result of a back-to-back traffic. So stay cautious while driving, and wherever you are headed this Wednesday morning, please buckle up, stay safe and plan accordingly. From the road to the sky, one last time, let's find out what's happening in the world of weather. Now, reporting from the world of weather, and the SA Weather Service reports that weather conditions today will remain largely unchanged, with disruptive rain continuing to affect much of South Africa. Now, Gauteng, the KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Cape, Free State, Northwest and Mpumalanga are under either a orange level 5 or yellow level 2 alert for heavy rains and flooding risks. Now, this may lead to flooding of roads, bridges and settlements, property damage, infrastructure disruptions and potential threats to life. Authorities have urged residents to remain vigilant. And additionally, a yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds in effect along the coast from Cape St. Francis all the way to Gans Bay. Well, one last time, let's put a smile on your dial. And Tiffany has come through all the way from Durban, KZN. Yo! How's this piece of art? Looks like a water painting. I love this shot. You can see the contrast of that dark blue. It looks like there's a lot of rain in the cloud and then that lovely sun just contrasting in the sky. This is a dramatic shot. I love the silhouettes even in the foreground too. Wow, wow, wow. Setting the bar high and I absolutely love it. So we'll do it all again tomorrow morning. And the number's 0634088863. That's where you can share your sunrise view with us. And for one last time, let's see what temperatures you can expect on your side of town. P.S. Thank you, Tiff.
So test us then. You're being so aggressive here. She's been saying she's
Wait,
gonna
what? I'm
test
not ready
us
for a
next
test.
week.
No? Where's your pen and paper?
You always fail these tests. Okay.
No, you'll pass
Okay,
this one. All right,
okay.
so we've got a great individual in the midst in our presence.
St. Clair.
St.
Yes.
Clair's
Wow.
here,
I win.
yes.
I win.
And he's going to perform another song, and I want to test you if you can guess the song, all right?
Okay.
Okay, it's by a great artist named Usher. He's
Okay,
taking on an
okay. I
Usher
know this
classic. All right, we go back to 2004. It's an album called Confessions, and this was the lead single off of said album.
I want to say Burn, but I don't. Is it Burn?
I think it is.
How confident are you in that? Do you
Well,
want
I'm
to
going
call
to
a
be
friend?
very now that he's jumped on my bandwagon. I'm going to be very
I'm
confident.
going with the Let It Burn.
It is Let It Burn.
Oh, you actually got that, G.
Well done, G. A song
Ah.
that's won a Kids' Choice Awards for favourite song, and it's definitely one of our favourite songs.
You sound like you know a lot about entertainment.
I know so much. Yeah.
So much, which is why we're going to plug into her for entertainment news as well. So we've got a performance from St. Clair, and we'll bring you up to speed with what Tinseltown and South Africa's version of it has been getting up to. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh yes, Mzansi, let's bring you back to the best show in the building, yes, and in the country. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show opening up on S3. And I think we need some more because we haven't had enough of it. Entertainment.
I love this, because that's the theme song, right?
It is.
Do it again.
Record it now.
Is it?
Do it again.
Entertainment.
And the shimmy. It's got to have a little shimmy. And Ryle, I hate to say, we are the only show in the building, eh? So we better be the best show in this building, man.
I love it. Well, talking about show, let's get into some show business. guys, we get started with our girl Tyler.
Oh, what
Of
is she up to
course.
now?
Anytime she makes entertainment news, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
And this time around, she actually flexed her skills in sports, baby.
She plays
Yay,
sports?
sports. Well, yes, she tried her hand at sports, softball in particular. So every single year, Travis Scott or any other celebrity kind of hosts a celebrity game. And this time around, it was the Cactus Jack HBCU softball game. So celebrities the world over, country over, come together and play towards charity. And Tyler took to the platform. Is that what you call them? She took to the platform.
The crease,
I don't even know what it is. The pitching.
The squares.
So cool.
How cool does Tyler look playing sports? This is convincing me that maybe I can be an athlete. Like,
This is going to make everybody want to start playing softball now.
I'm telling you,
Like,
look
she
at
needs
the
to be
fashion.
careful.
I do kind of feel like she's been Americanized, though, now that she's playing
she's
in
in the
softball.
circle, eh?
I mean, it's a thing. But
Having said that, though, she did have this Vogue moment where she had to cook and then she made wurst and pup. So I'm just like,
Boom.
you know what?
Okay.
A little bit American, a little bit
can
African.
appreciate that.
I can
I
appreciate
don't
that.
appreciate the fact that she didn't choose a sport involving water like swimming, but it's fine.
Ah,
Okay, we'll forgive
listen,
okay.
she's probably poured more water on herself in the last 3 years than any human being has ever. So, yeah, let her just give her time.
Little
Give her her time.
dehydrated. What's great is that they have the remix of Water Together, Travis Scott and Tyler.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
of
a great
course, of
coming
course.
together of these two
like a
guys
360
together.
What level is this young lady on now?
Oh, she's
Hey,
next
come
level.
on.
Intergalactic.
Come
It's
on.
beautiful.
Love that.
All right, let's keep it on home ground and talk a little bit about Dylan Van Vogel.
Hey, my
You might
boy.
know him exactly from Blood and Water. You've shared screen time with the
Yeah,
guy.
man, I had the honor of acting with him. He's
Come
amazing.
on.
What a
Were
legend.
you invited to the wedding?
No.
Or at least not yet. Or has it happened now?
I didn't have such a good impression on Darren, but it's fine.
He was going method, bro. He was just going
Method
method, man.
I had to throw it out there because we're celebrating his wedding. And he got married to somebody
beautiful.
that he got engaged to 2024, July, Aisha, and the two of them just celebrated. And he put it on social media, just saying, that's us now, guys, in our wedding attire. Absolutely beautiful.
That's beautiful. I didn't even know that Darren had in Islamic influence. So
Neither
that's
did I.
It's fantastic that he's actually respecting the religion. I don't know if this is coming from his partner or
I
not.
think it's from Aisha's side,
but I
yeah.
think that's absolutely beautiful. I just
Stunning,
recently
eh?
went to a wedding, and it's there's so much beauty when you congregate.
ritual,
The rituals and everything behind it. It's an entire day of like magic. So really, really cool to see that, Darren. Wishing you nothing but years, decades of love, and I know you're going to be a bar that we all kind of look up to. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Well, let's get into Idris Elba. Because why would I not talk about Idris Elba?
That's your man, huh? That's your man,
One
yeah?
of. I absolutely love him and love the work that he's done in the UK scene and American scene when it comes to movies. But now he's saying, and I think we've touched on this before, that he has plans to move to Africa to build up the film industry this
invest,
side.
yeah.
Yes. So he's got a bit of heritage on our African soil. And he said in Sierra Leone in particular, as well as Ghana, that's where his parents are from, he really wants to invest back into the film industries in these places. And it's really beautiful. His wife's also got Somalia descent.
Oh, wow.
So just them being on African soil is going to be so stunning.
Well, you know, it's a good bet as well. And if you've been to Accra, it is such
Right.
when you talk about bustling and this buzz, the fashion industry, what's happening within that space, there is something magical, and when you plug this kind of notion, you provide this kind of opportunity for filmmakers, it is going to explode.
Exactly, more than it has.
I don't think it
completely.
can't, because if you think about firstly what South Africans and then Africans are doing on the global circuit, and then secondly the fact that we haven't seen any of this content before, the
There's
fact that the
appetite.
world has an opportunity to see something new, something fresh, something so creative that you never even thought was possible, I think that's already a no-brainer. It's going to be a guaranteed win.
Streaming algorithms are going to love it.
Come
All
on.
boxes
And
are
we
ticked.
are already, Netflix in South Africa has gone global. So it's so nice to see that we definitely be able
And
to
and
play in the same
consuming
place.
our own content.
Exactly. And it's crazy to think for the longest time it was this unilateral flow. We were just consuming. But
Yes.
now we're going to push out all the content.
We
and
are the
I'm here
bar,
for
baby.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're the bar. All right, let's talk about Benny Blanco. Don't know if you know the name, but him and Selena Gomez. He gave her a really interesting Valentine's
I don't know how I would
special.
feel about
I saw this. Was this real?
This is
I thought it
real
was like a
because
joke.
he dipped that into what you'll see in just a little bit in the bath. Something delicious. I love you. How much do I love you? So
whole
much.
Look
half
at that.
of cheese worth.
Nacho cheese.
It's actually nacho cheese, right?
It's nacho
I thought
cheese.
this was
Look,
a joke,
no, look,
guys.
he dips it. He enjoys it.
Wow.
All I'm saying is that Benny loves a grand gesture. And there he is.
That seems like a slightly self-indulgent Valentine's Day present to be giving someone. I think he's enjoying that
He's
nutshell
more
a
than-
little,
How
a little
many,
too much.
how many cows do you think it took to get all that cheese?
Wow.
Now you're starting a whole different conversation, man.
Yeah. What do you do with the leftover?
Surely you are compelled to get in the cheese bath itself and cover
I'd love
yourself
to
in
see
cheese.
that.
How many opportunities in your life are you going to get to cover
To be in a
yourself
bath
in
of cheese?
Hey, do you wear goggles or not?
No, you just have a mouth open and you keep drinking.
Can we say that this was officially the cheesiest Valentine's Day
Yeah.
gesture?
I think you can be crowned with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, they're also doing an album together, which they announced. I think they had to go big or go home.
That's cool.
And they've got a
That's
single that's currently out. I really like it. I love these two together. It was so unexpected, but she is so in love. And it really is great to see that she has found something real, you know? And I
'cause
celebrate
she's been a bit of a soft target when
Yeah.
it comes to entertainment news per ilk have. So I'm glad that she's getting just happiness and health and love and
Yes.
cheese.
Exactly.
A lot of
Lots
cheese.
of cheese. Well, that's wrapping up your entertainment news on the cheesiest of notes. But something that's not as cheesy, but definitely so good when it comes to music is St. Clair. Here he is with Usher's Burn.
Next up, my name is St. Clair. We got Burn by Usher. Let's go. You see, I've even got my R&B voice. This one is for you, Carissa. Just for looking so lekker in the morning. At this time in the morning, I love it. Let's go. Everybody at home, I hope you got your espresso while you're watching Expresso. Let's go. Check us out. Say. Check us out. If you know the words, sing along. It's going well for me to say this. It's coming from my heart. It's been a long time. I've been and fell apart. I really wanna work this out, but I don't think it's gonna change you. I know, but you don't. Think it's best we go and separate away. Tell me why I should stay in this relationship when I'm hurting, baby. I ain't happy, baby. Plus there's so many other things I gotta deal with. I think that you should let it burn the same in you. Even if you're sitting at home, I want you to put your hands up like this for me. The party ain't jumping like it. Oh no. Let it burn, let it burn. I see you, Carissa. Let it burn. Oh, deep down you know it's bad for yourself, but you know. To be someone else, I like that. You know that it's over. You know that it's true. Yo, take my band out. Say the feelings I'm supposed to. Got somebody here, but I want you. Cause the feeling ain't the same. Got myself calling out your name. Baby, tell me, do you understand? All my fellas, do you feel my pain? It's the way I feel. I know I made a mistake. I was late. She ain't coming back, but I gotta do now. Get my shorty back. Ooh, 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 ooh. And I don't know what I'm gonna do without my boo. I've been gone for too long. I've been busy every day. I'm saying now, I'm a big bird till you return. Oh, no. Want to. Nobody ain't. Oh, no. Let it burn, let it burn, let it burn. Oh, deep down you know it's best for yourself, but you ain't part of a beat. Oh, you know, yeah. I know it's over. I know it's true. Oh, baby. I'm just one side of me, telling me that I need to move on. On the other side, all you ladies, this one is for you. I'm just one side of me, telling me that I need to move on. On the other side, wanna break down and cry. So what? Said ooh. Do you give me saying ooh? So many days, so many hours, I'm still burning till you return. Oh. Want to. Gotta let it go. Stop partying. Tell me like it used to.
so cool. Keep jamming with me, keep jamming with me. Say na 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 na. If you're at home, I like that. Come on, I say na 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 na. Put your hands at home for my bed. Put your hands again.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah!
You heard him, right? That one was for me.
That was just for you.
That one was for me.
How does it feel?
I feel good.
Serenade like that?
I feel good. Everybody was watching and enjoying our moment. It's so good. Thank you, Clair and the band. That was absolutely fantastic. Listen, in just a little bit, we're going to continue down the road of fantasticals, especially when it comes to things in our mouths, because Jenny Morris is still here. Come on now.
You know what that means. Listen, while she carries on blushing about being serenaded by the man himself, we still got those performances coming up, and then we're going to take you into the journey of where this incredible fruit comes from. We're talking about stone fruits. We're going to dive into that journey, see where it comes from source to table, and then a beautiful recipe to get involved. So don't go anywhere, Mzansi. Lamb chops are on the menu, and they can't wait to get in your belly. We'll see you soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This morning has been just about that, feeling good in every type of way, and also when it comes to really good food. Now, South Africa is home to some of the world's largest stone fruit suppliers. With the stone fruit season in full swing, our very own Ryle over here took a trip to, do you say Verdun?
Verdun. It's a beautiful place. It is just close to Ceres. It's a leading nectarine and peach supplier. They're pretty much based in the heart of Prince Alfred Hamlet.
Oh, I love
and there are some incredible people sourcing stone fruits to make sure that you get the very best on your plate.
Today, I'm out here at the Verdun family estate. Now, this is an incredible place where they have been thriving since 1918 and are already in their 4th generation. So today, I'm going to invite you to an incredible world where we discover nectarines and peaches and the incredible expertise and dedication that goes into bringing these incredible fruits right onto our table. Let's go. Georgie, the Verdun estate is a family business, but I want to know more about the history of this place and how things have evolved over the years.
So my family's been farming on Verdun since 1918. And the oldest records we have of stone fruit exports from this farm are from 1924, which is quite special. It's like a big, thick, old leather book with my great-grandmother's writing in it. It used to be a mixed farming business, but since the 1980s, we've really focused ourselves on stone fruit and particularly nectarines, which is our biggest commodity.
Peter, this area that we're in Does it lend to this being a prime area to kind of produce stone fruit?
It does. We're in the Boland area in the Western Cape, which is a Mediterranean climate. So what that means is that we have cold, wet winters. We need good quality water to be able to produce peach and nectarine. And then we need hot, dry summers. So the hotter and drier your summer is, the better quality stone fruit. We're in a pretty hot, dry summer this year, so the quality of our fruit's actually exceptional at the moment.
How do I tell between a peach and a nectarine?
Well, outside of the fact that a peach has hair and a nectarine doesn't, I think traditionally peaches were like very melting flesh and used a lot in baking of pies and dishes like that, where nectarines were more for fresh consumption. That's changed quite a bit in the last few years with lots of different genetics coming through. But nectarines are a bit more crispy, juicy, and really nice for eating, and you don't have the hair, but some people just still love the taste of a peach.
The nectarine we have here is a white flesh, snow pearl, and we grow two different kinds. We grow white flesh varieties and we grow yellow flesh varieties. White flesh varieties normally are sweet, they have a very high sugar, but they don't really have a complexity of flavor. It's normally just sugar and sort of a sweet, fresh taste.
There's a little bit of a crispiness to it as well.
White flesh tends to be more crispy. What we have here is a yellow flesh nectarine. The variety is called Honey Delight. What's happening in the genetics on the yellow flesh at the moment, and we think it's the future in terms of yellow flesh nectarines, is more tropical flavors. So high sugars, mango-y, that sort of taste is what you get in the new yellow flesh that we're growing at the moment.
Definitely getting more of that flavor, not just the sweetness in it. But again, it's still fresh. Wow, delicious.
Apart from supplying our local markets with delicious stone fruit, South Africa also exports a portion of this to overseas markets. Now, this is significantly impacting our local economy and providing great job opportunities.
The stone fruit industry produces too much volume for the local market to absorb.
Wow.
So we actually export majority of our production. For peaches, our biggest exporting region is the UK as well as the Middle East. And then for plums and nectarines, it's basically the UK as well as the European Union. So it's very important that the cold chain is maintained throughout the supply chain. We monitor the temperatures quite regularly, especially when it's on the container, just to ensure that the best fruit arrives at the final destination.
Let's talk about sustainability. How exactly are you taking steps to make that happen?
We have a few different facets in our business. Water is one of our big focus points at the moment. Because water is a scarce resource in South Africa, in agriculture we have a responsibility to use the resource responsibly. Our other main focus point in the next couple of years will be soil health. And the reason for that being is if you have a good soil health with good microbial activity around your roots, it actually brings a healthy plant. And so if your plant's healthy, it has a better immune system, and you need less intervention in terms of pest control and things like that. It's a better product. And then I think we have a young bunch of energetic managers. They bring a big part of the sustainability to our business, and also all the staff that pick the fruit and understand what they're actually doing bring a big factor to the success of our business.
Now, with my newfound appreciation for the world of stone fruit, I'm excited to meet up with Chef Jenny Morris as she brings out all their flavors in a mouth-watering recipe. Well, what is on the menu today? I know you always got something incredible up your sleeve. What's happening?
My army. I have salmon, which is this beautiful Norwegian salmon.
Ooh.
We've got some lovely white and yellow nectarines. I've got some spinach, spring onions, edamames, fresh mint, some lovely fresh basil, coriander, and I've got a lovely Asian dressing. And we're just going to literally layer this, and you're going to love it.
I'm pretty sure I am, because I've just heard all about these nectarines. The stone fruit here is incredible. Where are we starting with this?
We're going to start with the base of the spinach, and this is really, it's just higgledy-piggledy, and it's wild.
I like this. This is what the version of what I call rustic. You just kind of make it happen, be in the moment.
Yes, we are. We are in the moment, my love.
You know, you've been like my favorite peach for pretty much ever. But after I've been out here at the estate, I gotta say, you got some competition. You really do.
I can do things that peach can't do for you.
But talk to me about why you love working with stone fruits, and especially when it comes to the flavors, the nuances. How does it bring out the meal essentially?
It's an ingredient. You know, we grew up eating it as a jam or maybe a dessert, but it really is an ingredient, and it's luscious and it's juicy and it's healthy. And you can use it with chicken, with beef, with lamb, with pork, anything. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And I mean, me having to throw the athlete mantra into this,
Oh, yes.
I really think it's ticking that nutritional box. It's giving you
Totally.
good fuel.
Yes.
It's giving you the good kind of macros that allows you to have the energy to just capitalize on the day. So when you put it in a salad like this, I'm ready to take on anything that comes my way.
You could take this on a picnic. Now, what I love about the nectarines, it's its own lunchbox. You just take it with, slice it, and you can build this at a picnic, as long as you keep the salmon nice and cool.
So the cherry on the top, it looks like the dressing. What exactly did you put in here?
This is really delicious because all you have in here is a bit of Japanese mayonnaise.
Ooh.
And you've got some soy sauce and some sesame oil and garlic and ginger. You could actually, this would dress with anything. You could even put pesto on this.
I think it just shows you how much of a highlight a stone fruit can be in almost any creation that you bring forth. Lovely stuff. Ah, and Lucas just arrived. Perfect timing.
That's in time for lunch.
Just for you guys. You want to just grab a fork there? There we go. Voila. What sort of plans do you have for the future when it comes to the Verdun estate?
We've grown a lot in the last couple of years, so we've been in a growth phase. I think the next 4 or 5 years we'll be consolidating our business, and we see the future being in tech and systems and things like that to make us more productive.
I think also within genetics, there's more areas within South Africa that can now grow the lower chill variety. So I think that will continue. So while there's still market and while there's still people wanting to eat this wonderful fruit, yes, I think it will continue growing.
And you'll continue to give the people what they want.
Fantastic, yes.
What an incredible journey we've had here today. And for the Verdun estate, here's hoping that you continue to thrive from generation to generation and keep providing us with optimal tasting fruit. And a reminder to you to go out there and support local. Get your hands on this delicious tasting stone fruit, and you can find it at your local market or retailer. Enjoy.
Oh, now that we know, and we must support local farmers because we get to enjoy the taste of fresh, delicious stone fruits. I mean, look at that. Yeah. So if you want to get your hands on these delicious recipes, go to expressoshow.com. Let's remind them what's been on the menu today.
Well, we had a grilled nectarine and burrata salad on a plate.
Wow.
That was absolutely going to be added to my rotation. The pecans too.
Oh, the pecans were a scene stealer there as well. The nectarines, very much so. And then we brought in this pork stir fry. Oh, beautiful Asian flavors. And again, I know we're using stone fruit, but the umami, the savoriness of these beautifully balanced dishes, absolutely amazing. So what do you think we should put on the menu next?
I think something heartier, meatier, like a lamb chop. How about that topped with a nectarine salsa?
Sold.
Ooh.
Done.
Well,
Please.
let's see how they do it.
Your wish is our command. At your service, let's bring it on. And as we have already done 2 incredible meals, Jenny Morris, I am so great to be celebrating this final meal with you, especially after we both had that incredible opportunity to go and visit that farm. Amazing stuff. We appreciate this. We know how much work has gone into getting this to our table, so we can enjoy this experience and be present in it, right?
Of course, darling. I'm glad he says we and he said you, but he didn't say me earlier.
You're a special own category. You deserve something so much more different than that. All right, so we're making pork? Or no, this is lamb. We've done pork already.
Let's get the pan on, darling.
All right, pan is on. We're going to get straight into this. So we've got some lamb chops.
We have some lovely lamb chops.
Nice, okay.
I've got some ground cumin.
Okay.
Cumin and nectarine just work so well together.
Is it again that sentiment of balance?
Yes, balance,
Bringing two polarities together to create a beautiful fusion of flavor.
And then I'm going to just turn this over and then just rub them up, you know, in the plate.
Get them on both sides.
Yeah.
So this is interesting for me because I've only ever really worked on a braai or maybe like grilling these, if anything.
Yes.
So I don't know much about adding flavor, adding some of those balanced profiles coming through. So I'm really going to pay attention to this. Again, Mzansi, you got any questions? You got anything you want to know? We are at your service. This is officially one last time the Culinary Hotline. Blink, ting, ting, ting. Live right now. So come through if you've got any culinary conundrums. 063-408-8863 is the number to send your voice notes, your messages, or anything that the beautiful Jenny Morris can serve you with. So we're going to pop this on high.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get it nice and hot. I think that's as hot as we can get it, but I like the fact that we're hearing a sear.
Yes, I want to just get the fat
Is that why you're starting on the fat
Yes,
side?
on the fat side, just to get that searing. And while that is searing, we're going to go to our beautiful salsa.
Nice.
So once again, just talking about using a nectarine as an ingredient. We all know what to do with fruit. We bite it. But as an ingredient, we've got to find the happy medium. And a lot of people use nectarine in sweet dishes. I love it.
Oh yeah, that's
in
true.
savoury
That's such a great
dishes.
addition, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm always curious as to that timing in terms of what a fruit can do in a dish, because it can stay very crisp and fresh.
Yes.
And on the other extreme, it can go very mushy, almost into like a puree. And then you get everything in between, right?
Exactly. So, you know, like we did that stir fry earlier.
Yes.
It wouldn't have mattered if it went a little bit mushy because of the natural sugars,
Yeah.
and then you just add a little bit
Actually works with it.
of fresh at the back. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
So
so-
outcomes for this one, do we want to keep it fresh in the salsa side?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have red onions, and here's a nice little tip. I always like to add my salt to my onion, and I'm going to put pepper as well, and just stir it so that it starts to sweat, darling.
Oh, okay.
Because it releases that lovely onion syrup.
As you
juice.
mentioned that, I can even smell that sort of vapor
Isn't that
coming
gorgeous?
through. Yeah,
It's
that's
beautiful.
amazing. You've like
And-
unlocked the
Yes.
potential of that.
And so it almost acts as like a dressing.
Yeah.
We've got this beautiful zest.
Nice.
This is stunning.
And again, what I'm seeing here, it's all fresh, zesty, it's all citrusy, it's all
Yes.
like giving me that like sprightliness in my step. You know that? You got that spring
Oh,
in your
yes,
step. I
oh,
think
yes.
it's definitely sauces like this that can do it for you.
He's springing because he wants my lamb chop.
And again,
Chili.
not afraid of your chilies, getting it nice and hot.
You should be afraid of my chili, not me.
No comment on that one. Jenny, just a quick one just to check in with you. Are you happy with what's happening here? Is this all good?
Listen, I can multitask. I'm a girl.
Yeah, I know, but when you're in
I'm
the
a
kitchen, I can't.
woman.
You steal all my focus.
No.
That's why I have to ask
Look
you.
at that.
Oh, the char is there.
Isn't
The
it
smell
nice?
is incredible. And we're talking about lamb right now, which has a nice sort of a velvety a feel to it. It's got
Yes.
that groundness to it. It's got that fat, which is giving you the lipid feel. So,
Oh, yes.
all these, it's like
Yes.
poetry when we're talking about meat.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you're not going to touch those chops because they're going to talk to you. And I will talk to you and say, turn me over, baby. But we're coming back to our
So I'll stay
nectarine.
away from the chops. Let them do their thing over here while we
Yes.
focus on all the colors, the rainbow coming together here. We've got
Yes.
tomato, onion, garlic, a little bit of zest in there as well. What's that? Coriander?
Oh,
Parsley?
mint.
Mint, ooh.
Mint and nectarines.
Now you're giving like mocktail cocktail feels here
Well, there
as
we
well,
go.
yeah?
We could liquidize this and add something spiritual.
Okay. Again, inspired by, I think, what stone fruits have done today. Because you can add them to a drink, you can add them to food, to
Yes,
meats, to salads.
absolutely.
We've literally just explored like 3 meals today, but yet it's given me inspiration to see that you could almost do anything with this.
All together, baby. Now you can turn them over.
All right, at your service, turning over these beautiful
I'm sure you
pieces
like
of lamb.
yours to be just like medium.
Yeah, medium
wanna
rare.
overcook
What's that?
them.
Cameraman, can you guys see this? Are you nuts? That is incredible.
Isn't that
What
beautiful?
a char.
Look at that char in it.
I think this must be the best lamb you've ever made so far, this year at least. Come on.
I'm going to beat him. Yeah, look at that. It's going to be the best lamb you ever tasted in your life.
No, but this is an amazing creation. It's colors that I'm loving. And it's so much so that the people are getting excited. I believe Geraldine has just come through, send a voice note. Geraldine, what's happening? Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Expresso family.
Morning.
I'm really enjoying the show with Jenny in the kitchen. Jenny, I would just like to know if I can substitute plums for the nectarines in the salad.
Substituting plums for the nectarines
Yes,
in the
it's
salad.
stone
Can she do that?
Stone fruit, darling, and it's the season. Absa, and you know what I love about the plum? It's nice and sour.
So you're saying that literally any stone fruit could actually work in these recipes?
Absolutely.
The recipes we've thrown online at expressoshow.com, again, you could incorporate a peach, nectarine, or a plum.
Yes.
I love that. And again, a reminder, Mzansi, if you aren't surely aware of what is the difference between them, again, we were talking about a peach being more of like a hairy outside and then much more of like a crispier inside, whereas your plum and your nectarines have more of a shiny, smooth exterior and then a soft interior with a lot of flavor and variation.
And you get different ones. You get the,
Yeah.
the white one and you get the orange one.
And we had those dessert peaches as well. It was crazy to see the variety that you get in our country as well. So something to look forward to when it comes to inspiring new flavors from a recipe, something to look forward to when it comes to seasonal cooking, and perfect for fueling with nutrition at the same time.
Totally.
So ticking so many boxes. And now, Jenny Morris, you are officially just showing off. This looks amazing.
Isn't that delicious?
So incredible. I have to taste this. Don't forget, you've got one more on the pan, but let's see if I can just sneak around here, grab a knife and fork.
Yes.
Because I can't not taste this goodness. So let me just see if I can
There's
grab
a
one
little
in
bit
here.
extra.
Excuse me, Jenny.
That's for my vegetarian
All right.
friends. You can have it on full with me. Your mouth is going to love you. Your palate's going to
with a butter knife and all. I couldn't find the sharp one. I'm going to tuck into this. Oh, it's soft. It looks good. Let's see. A can cut indeed. And I'm getting through all the good stuff. You have, perfectly medium rare.
You said you wanted it like that.
Exactly.
Yummy?
Yummy is an understatement. If you want to salivate and be celebrating inside with happiness, go make this. Go head over to expresso.com, and stone fruit is officially my hero, along with Jane Morris.
Well,
Thank
there you go. Stuff a pizza
Beautifully
with
done.
it.
Okay, this is amazing. Let's eat more. Oh, the smells coming through this kitchen. I've got to say, we've put the stone fruit up against some pretty stiff competition in the form of amazing pork, chops, burrata, the king of all cheese in my mind, and the nectarine is still king. The stone fruit rules supreme.
Or
I love
queen,
it.
you know, could be that too.
Exactly.
Well, speaking about royalty, we definitely have that in the building. St. Clair is still here, and we've got to put him through a round of quick fire questions. I'm excited for this.
I'm very excited, and likewise for his final performance. Him and the boys have been treating us to absolute gold, speaking of which, this morning, and they've got one more performance coming your way. Stick around.
Are you ready? Woo!
This Tuesday on Color Your Plate with Coup.
I'm expecting a bit of a curveball today.
I'm nervous. Okay.
I'll take down all of the old geezers and show them who's boss.
It's all about quick and easy meals.
I'm cooking from my heart.
This was a lot of pressure. Time is flying.
I'm emotional, sorry.
We'll have none of that.
I literally have no time.
That's Color Your Plate with Coup, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. only on SABC2.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I need it.
Everyone needs a little bit of help. Welcome back. Clair is in the house, and of course, we've had some amazing performances from you and the band, just exquisite.
Appreciate it.
But now we're going to punish you just a little bit. We want
Come
full
on, listen,
disclosure, my friend. Now we're going to have a lot of fun here. This is
That's
often
right.
quite revealing. We're going to play a round of quick fire questions.
Yeah.
You have no time to think. We want just what's in your heart, your gut. We want it.
I love it. You said you thrive in situations like this?
Carnivore.
Go. Okay, you've got the
I'm
animal
ready.
print. I'm
Carnival
ready to
day.
go for it. Okay, let me ask you this. Between your two new songs, which one is your favorite, Perfect or Love Wins?
Oh, wow.
Love wins.
Tell us why.
Yeah, because like I said, it's dedicated to my ex that passed away. So it's a memorial. You know what I mean? And it's just like a dedication. And what love is, you know, it's like through all of that you appreciate. Now I appreciate it even more. You know, and she's not there anymore. So it's
And
a
the
memorial.
legacy can live on in the song too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, thank you so much. Now that you've taken us to this emotional space, I think the next question is going to be emotional as well, because you've mentioned some of the influences already, but your biggest musical influence?
MJ.
Really?
MJ.
Wow.
Yo, I remember sitting at home watching like Thriller. And actually my first experience performing like was actually Michael Jackson. It was like actually impersonating MJ.
Do you remember which song?
Yo, I think it must have been Thriller.
Wow.
I had the pleated pants. You can see the pleated pants again. I was out there. People, they were throwing money at me, and I actually picked up the money, but I threw the money back at them because I didn't know. I was stupid. I should have bought sweets.
Yeah, listen, to all musicians out there, don't give the money back, okay?
I realized it, no. I realized it.
Imagine how many sweets. Okay, so speaking about money, I gotta ask you,
Yes.
money or love?
Love, definitely.
All the time, every time?
It's love, health, and wealth, you know what I mean?
Sure, that's beautiful.
We were talking about the carnivore diet.
There you go.
But I agree with you. That's where it starts, man. So let's talk about that love for music or for acting. If I had to force you right now, which gives you more joy?
I'm not going to choose. I love them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Because you can be professionally yourself.
Definitely.
I love that. Okay, how about your musical band Afro Z? It's now on DSPs. What's up next?
Yeah, that's amazing. Like, we were going to fight that whole case to get us on DSPs actually since like COVID. But we're really blessed that just popped up, and I guess we won that case.
Come on
You
now.
know, and now we're on DSPs after all these years. It's been 23 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Virgin EMI, and we were signed as little teens, and here we are now. We're trending on TikTok again, so thank you so much to all the fans, and thank you for the support over all the years. We love you guys.
I love you, man. We had a whole lot of questions, but you've taken us to this deep and meaningful, wonderful place. So I'm going to ask you this, man. Any advice, because you've been through it, man. Any advice for a young musician specifically in entering into their career?
Wow, that's a good question. I think it all starts, and it's that corny thing that you always hear, like, believe in yourself.
Yeah.
That's where it starts, you know. And I think visualize through everything. It's like that visualization can take you out of your environment. I come from the Cape Flats. I'm a lightie from Lotus River.
For sure.
I've seen gang violence and things at a very young age, and I was blessed to be taken out of that. So visualize, you know, and it will materialize.
Come on.
Come on, baby.
That's what we're talking about.
I love that, because I know you are your harshest critic, but you also got to be your biggest supporter, man.
Yeah.
Back yourself. I love you, man.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Well, we're looking forward to yet another performance from him. We are being treated on this Wednesday that, like Raul said, feels like a Friday, and it's coming your way very soon, Expresso fam.
Yeah, absolutely appreciating St. Clair, and he's giving such words of wisdom. If only he could give us the numbers. And I'm talking about the 6 lucky numbers, which allows us to play Lotto, Lotto plus 1, and Lotto plus 2 for 14 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Wednesday. So we don't want you to miss out, and we want you to get involved in this one. It's the Lotto for an estimated 5 million. There's Lotto plus 1 for 5 million, and Lotto plus 2 for 4 million rand today. So you can buy your tickets now in store on the national lottery.co.za website. There's the mobile app, you've got cell phone banking, or you can simply dial *120 *7529# and then follow the USSDs. It's that simple, and we want you to win. So we put all these details on our Expresso social media pages as well, so you can go check it out right now, and that'll allow you to make sure you get yourself in the running to win the Lotto. And playing Lotto, Lotto plus 1, and Lotto Plus 2 for 14 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. So get involved, Mzansi, while we get you involved in all the good stuff right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because we've spoken about him for the entire morning. He shared with us the drama and the magnitude of this one. And finally, we get to hear Love Wins. And it's St. Clair standing by. You're going to have to wait just a little bit, because around the corner, you're going to get a lot of emotion coming your way. I hope you're ready to celebrate love in just a moment. See you soon.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back for the final time to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is, of course, Expresso on S3. And what a morning it has been. You wonder, could it get any better? Yes, it absolutely could. Well, we've got a wonderful performance standing by. Here is St. Clair with a song that has so much gravitas. It's called Love Wins.
My name is St. Clair. This one is Love Wins. We love you guys. Just till you got my heart. All I ask is did you love me long? You were real from the start. I just wanna thank you. Say thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. I just wanna show you how we feel. But there's something in the air. I can feel like a wind in the air. I don't wanna thank you. Thank you. Thank you for loving me. Say thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. Yeah. Give it up for my band, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Expresso. Grab your Expresso. We love you. Love Win.
Wow, and we love you, my brother St. Clair. The gents in the back, please stand up and take a bow, you legend. Wow, absolutely beautiful. He's beautiful. We love you, guy. Hopefully you've enjoyed today as much as we have, and the food
Absolutely
has
have. I
been
want to send a
spectacular.
special thank you again to St. Clair for just coming through and making himself so vulnerable.
Yeah.
In a moment like this, the month of love, it's a lot to make yourself vulnerable. It's a lot to find a way to express yourself and resonate with your audience. And the man is doing the absolute most. So appreciate your authenticity, bro, like you cannot imagine. And the fact that you were brave enough to celebrate that song with us today. I see you, man.
Absolutely, man. That's how you help other people heal. I love that.
Well, we'll see you again tomorrow for our Throwback Thursday edition of the Expresso Show. We're going to delve into this. Find the recipe on expressoshow.com. Goodbye.
Love ya.
Another feel-good production.